Hello, everybody, and welcome to After the Fall. I'm your storyteller this evening, Ryan, and joining me we have a colorful cast of characters who will introduce themselves, starting with...
Hey, I'm Tyler. I play Corin Wisevale. He's either your favorite or more than likely your least favorite character on this stream. He's super smart, not as lazy as he used to be, because he doesn't want to die.
It's character growth, and you have a 25% chance of being somebody's favorite on this show.
That's debatable.
It's math.
That sounds made up.
Uh-oh.
Are you...
Clarity, are you introducing yourself? Because we couldn't hear you.
I am.
Oh,
can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
There you are.
Okay, I was trying to. I will try again. I am Claire. I am playing Captain Nellie DeLance, the impulsive elven rebel who rules the waves, essentially a pirate.
Yeah, we're off to a great technical start here because you did the sort of freeze up for a second and then it sped everything through really quick without any sound. So we might have you repeat things tonight. Sorry.
Welcome to Twitch, everybody.
Do I need to go again?
No, you're good. You're good. We got you the second time.
Okay, good.
But for the future...
We'll keep it in mind. I'll have a wife take a look into what's going on.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I'm Erin. I'm playing Quinn, the creative seer who has awakened dreams and very ready to dream at this point. I think my character's probably pretty tired after being awake for a very long time. So,
what has Quinn been dreaming about lately?
Oh gosh, I mean,
Philip.
I'm sure it's a mix of Philip and probably, I'm guessing with the excitement of going to the cities, it's probably amped up the city's dreams a lot more.
It has.
Philip, or who I have discovered recently, is the big bad.
Oh.
You can't convince me otherwise.
Interesting.
Plot twist.
News to be. That's all right. Quinn's also the big bad. We're the big bad couple, actually. We're
power couple.
Yeah,
Nice.
power couple. Yeah.
Double cross.
Yep.
And lastly is John Bailey. I'm playing Isaac Patterson, the elfin boy who conducts weird science.
He certainly has.
And by that, he's taken on that to a whole new level by becoming part of his studies with fantasy creatures by being one of their victims.
Yes, he certainly was. In fact, that's a really good segue into, hey, what happened last time? Last time, Post-Apocalyptic Road Trip Part 2, you found yourselves in a farmhouse. Nellie fell through the floor of said farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew Nellie had fallen through the floor of the farmhouse. But working together, you did manage to rescue Nellie, and you didn't find too much loot. The place had kind of been cleared out, but you did find a body that was partly mummified, partly destroyed. And then it started to storm and rain, so you all kind of got into your SUV and were going to sleep. And then something happened. I think during Isaac's watch, if I'm remembering correctly. There was something on the roof of the SUV, so you got out to take a look. And were quickly pulled up onto the roof by a vampire. Which, in this world, looks a lot like a human crossed with an anglerfish. A short battle ensued that did find the In Out Salvage team victorious. You survived, and only a couple of you got hurt, but those of you who got hurt, you got hurt pretty bad. And I mean, some of you were already hurt from earlier falling through the floor of a farmhouse from the second floor down into the basement. So, you know.
Fine.
Deciding that discretion was the better part of valor, you made a conscientious decision to remove yourself from the vampire's lair and find someplace else to rest. Traveling through the rest of the night, you eventually found yourself at an old roadside saloon that does not appear to have any vampires in it.
Thoroughly searched.
Thoroughly searched, yes. You, even exhausted, you were able to conduct a very thorough search of the premises, and it seems clean. Doesn't seem like anybody's been here in some time, but it also has been raided. There's nothing to eat or drink really here that you've found so far. So,
Is the vampire cross between a human and anglerfish, is that Cipher System, or is that you? Is that
That's
you're
me.
Doing? Did you just, were you like, what's the scariest animal in the entire world? And then you were like, and you were like, and what if it was worse?
Now, what if it could walk around?
What if
What if it had legs?
every aspect of it was worse? What if I took it further from God?
I've made a note.
Okay. Okay.
The
Giant
next one,
tardigrade.
the next one we encounter has wings.
Those are adorable. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Not
they're
if it's
adorable. They're
Giant.
just-
I,
mean, it's-
still think it's
I
adorable.
mean, it's still adorable. It's just deadly.
It's got big teeth.
It can't be hurt, and it's just gonna eat you. So,
I accept.
if that's, you know what? If you gotta die, why
That's how
not?
I'm gonna go.
Why not go out that way?
Mm-hmm.
If only the Cipher System had
Oh,
a
thank you,
banish
Doohead.
spell.
Well, you've got a couple people that could probably figure something like that out. All right, so I believe you were splitting the watch for the Roadhouse there, right?
Yep.
So who had slept?
I believe Quinn and I are asleep.
We were up first.
Yes, we were up, and then we were like, here you two go.
Mhm.
Out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
they're fully rested. And they know that we're going to also just stay here until the next morning.
So I believe that puts us around noon on the third day of your trip to the Twin Cities. Nell, Isaac, you are awake. You're kind of refreshed. Isaac, you're feeling kind of woozy and weak. While the two of you do get to heal the points in your pools, Isaac, I want you to choose one of your pools. You will have a -5 temporary modifier on your pool.
I'm probably going to say might. That makes the most sense.
That's fair. Your blood
I-
has been drained. You have no strength left in your body. It'll replenish, but it's going to take a
Yeah.
little time.
I assume I'm still excessively bruised.
Yes, you are.
Fell through a house.
Onto a table.
Fine.
The table
Fine.
broke her fall.
Exactly.
The game put you through a table. The game WWE'd you through a table.
So, Nell, Isaac, as you wake to the dusty wood interior of the Roadhouse, what do you want to do while your companions sleep?
Well, Nell's going to look around and explore.
I can see nothing going wrong with that. John?
Isaac is gonna try to sit up and keep watch while still in while still hanging around the vehicle or wherever we're
That's a good question, actually. Did the are Corn and Quinn sleeping in the vehicle, or are you sleeping inside the Roadhouse?
think we were sleeping in the car. I
Sleeping
mean,
in
that's
the
where
vehicle.
Nellie and
Yeah.
Isaac slept, was in the car.
Okay.
I think we were just planning to sleep in the car.
Keys are in my pocket, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
Not saying
And
that to anybody in particular.
He's got the keys.
they're not in the ignition.
No.
All right. So, Isaac, you're going to stick around the car and just kind of keep watch a little bit. You watch as Nell kind of stretches, winces in pain from stretching, and then wanders off in a random direction.
Well, not in the random direction. I'm going to the Roadhouse. To
Okay,
explore
you're
it.
going inside.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll go inside, and Isaac, while you're outside, it's a pretty nice day out. It's sunny, there's no clouds in the sky. And to remind you, you parked behind the Roadhouse to avoid any passing vehicles noticing you or, raiders or something.
Yes, indeed.
And the rear side of the Roadhouse has a sort of patio that the tables are all kind of overturned and have been thrown around and rusting and stuff from the years of not being used, not being maintained. And next to that, there's a sand pit that now has a number of large weeds growing out of the sand. Looks like it was probably a volleyball court at one point. And then maybe another 20 feet beyond that, there's grass until you hit sort of prairie grass, this tall, undulating waves of grass that are roughly about 3 feet tall. Further out, there's patches of forest, but it's a hilly area beyond that, and you can't see much further. There is a small shed that I believe was locked when you were doing your search at night. So, as Isaac keeps watch, roll me a d20. Actually, d100 to start to see if there's an encounter or not, and then maybe a d20.
All right.
Last time there was a shed, it almost killed Nell.
26.
26. All right. That'll do. So you do not have to roll that d20 then.
Alrighty.
It'll be a nice, quiet next few hours.
That's good. That's what I need.
Meanwhile, Nell, you have entered the Roadhouse through the patio door. It's wooden floors, a wood bar. Again, there were tables and stuff here, but they've sort of been shifted around, pushed to the sides. Lots of windows along the front, some of which are boarded up, some of which are broken. And tall vaulted ceilings. There's a little stage in one corner that they probably had people perform on at one point. And behind the bar, off to the side, is a door that leads into what probably is the kitchen.
Alright. Well, first thing I'm going to look for, though I don't expect to find it, I am going to check the bar to see if anyone has accidentally left booze behind.
Okay. So as you search, we're going to make this a mental test to see if you can outsmart the people who probably hid the booze. So we're going to set this as a difficulty 4.
Alright.
Do you have your alcohol dowsing rod?
Didn't
No?
Corin
Oh,
didn't
that's
Corin
too bad.
find a bottle of
No.
clear alcohol in the office that we searched?
In the office,
did.
yes.
Yes.
Corin, did you tell anybody about that?
I mean, Quinn saw me take it.
Ah.
Yeah.
But beyond that, probably
But
not.
Quinn
'cause
is asleep.
Yeah, as am I.
Alright, let's have a look behind the bar.
All right. So
We
difficulty
got a
4.
13.
Just enough, just enough. So you're searching behind the bar and there's nothing. There's a lot of dust. You can see these circular spots where there were at one point bottles and just all cleared out. You start opening cupboards and not much anything until you find a bucket. There's a 5-gallon bucket underneath one of the sinks that looks like it was probably used at one point to catch whatever was draining from the sink. You're not sure why it's not hooked up to the plumbing, but it seems to not have anything in it at first except for a bunch of rags and what looks to be a very heavy-duty hammer.
Huh. Well, I suppose I'll grab up the hammer.
All right, so you pick up the hammer. Do you take a look through the rags or anything?
Yeah, I'll give it a scoot through it.
So you shift out the thing. You start digging through the rags. At one point, a mouse kind of falls out of one of the rags and skitters away. But towards the bottom of the bucket, you do find a bottle of Tennessee whiskey. Opened and half gone, but it's there.
I'm not. We'll add that to the pouch. Then I wanted to check backstage to see if there's anything interesting at all. Or is there just a little stage, or is there like a backstage area to it?
There is no backstage area.
Okay.
It is a little stage in the corner.
No stage in the corner, nothing going on with it though?
Going over and taking a look. No, it's just a little wood platform. It has these spots for poles to be put in so that you could put a fenced cage in front of it. No idea where the fenced cage is, though.
Alright. In that case, I'll take a snoop through the kitchen.
Okay. As you're looking through the kitchen, you're not finding a whole lot. It looks like all the pots and pans, utensils, plates, and everything have already been taken. Somebody's already raided this place. But, hey, they missed that alcohol. Maybe they missed something else. If you would like to search this room, it's going to be difficulty 6.
Oof, well, I think... So difficulty 6 puts it at an 18.
Yep.
I might as well spend some intellect to reduce it. I don't use my intellect very much, so might as well.
So how many
otherwise-
levels of effort are you spending?
Just one. I can only do the one at the
Okay.
moment.
And do you have any edge in intellect?
I do not. So it costs me a full 3, but I don't use it for anything else, so...
Well, hey, that'll bring you down from a 6 to a 5, so you only need a 15 or better.
Yeah. Let's have a look. We only got a 12.
So yeah, you look for a while. You're not finding anything. It's... Yeah. This place has been picked over already.
Yeah.
You even check for some unusual spots, and at one point you're pretty sure that you found something, but it turns out just to be garbage. Literal garbage that was kind of like shoved into a box in a corner.
Huh. This garbage brand garbage.
Yes. There is a walk-in freezer, but there is a known rule amongst people in the apocalypse is you do not open refrigerators.
I think I know why. I will simply head back out to Isaac and offer him some whiskey.
I can't believe she didn't open the freezer.
She's got some amount of common sense.
It's
I'm in utter
gross.
shock. I'm in utter shock.
Yes. Character growth.
We'll find out what Isaac says to the offer of whiskey in just a moment as we are going to bounce over to Quinn. Quinn, as you rest, and you fell asleep really fast. You sleep very deeply. You've never had much trouble getting to sleep, and you start your dreams very quickly whenever you do. In this one, it's very, very familiar. As you begin to float above the roadhouse, and then you're pulled towards the cities, flying over hill, forest, ruins of towns. You see shadows amongst the sun-filled fields that you're not entirely sure what they are, but you get a cold sensation from them. Then you hit the Twin Cities. Massive ruins, these blocks and blocks of old dilapidated houses and high-rises as you're pulled through the city center and over the Mall of America, your destination. And from within the mall, you feel this rumbling growl that shakes you to your very soul. You're in the dark now. You're not sure where you are in the dark, and you don't know if somebody's there with you. You feel somebody with you, but are they a friend? Or is it the danger? Is it the thing that made the growl? We'll find
I'm
out.
assuming this is something that I've never heard such a growl before.
At this point, no, you haven't heard that particular growl. You haven't felt it. You didn't even hear it. It sort of like reverberated within you. And then there's a light. You start to crawl towards the light. You end up in a well-appointed apartment full of very modern-looking furniture. And there's a oddly proportioned man standing in front of a window. Large ears, giant, spherical, bald head, wearing a polo short and shirts. Or polo shirt and shorts.
Nope. Go with it.
Polo shorts.
Polo shorts.
I'm sure that's a thing.
Gotta pop the collar on your polo shorts.
He's wearing a polo shirt as pants.
There you go.
Oh.
Well, win in the
Greasy.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Turns to look at you. Quinn, give me a mental test. We're gonna call it difficulty 4.
Okay. Mental test. Okay. Oh my god. That can't be my first roll tonight.
Oh no.
This is a 1. Okay.
Just
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, just do it. It's what it is.
Yep.
Heck
All right.
yeah.
Well, you
We're good.
can spend XP to reroll, or
Don't you dare.
I can do a GM intrusion, which you can't
No,
refuse.
at this point, I'm gonna roll with the 1. That's my first roll of the day.
Well, you already rolled with the 1, so I guess we're just going to continue to roll with the 1. Got it.
Yep.
All right. In that case, unfortunately, because it is a critical failure GM intrusion, you do not get the XP for it. And I get to come up with something fun from my little book here.
Oh boy.
Okay. Quinn, as the thing, it's not a human. It's not anything you've seen before. You know you've seen this before, but you can't place it. You're not sure where you've seen it, and it's starting to drive you a little batty as the creature sort of cocks its head to the side and then keeps cocking it, circling all the way around in a 360-degree rotation back to its starting point, setting you very unease. And that unease is going to stick with you for the rest of the next day and increase the difficulty of any mental tests by 1 step.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, in the waking world, Nell has returned from inside the Roadhouse and approached you. Isaac, are you on the roof of the SUV, or are you just sitting by the side of it?
I probably wouldn't have the energy to get back up on the roof. I would probably just be sitting by the side.
Did you drag over one of the the patio chairs.
Yeah, exactly. I probably pulled up a patio chair, or I'm sitting on like the rear bumper or something.
Okay. So now you approach Isaac in that spot.
Up, Isaac. Brought some whiskey. I pop it open. Take a swig and hand it to him.
No thanks. I don't think that's a good idea, at least for right now.
I shrug. Your loss. I'm gonna go to the side and sip on it.
So now by sip, I take it that you're just kind of like pinky up, just quick little jolts of it.
Yeah, I learned my lesson from the party. We'll take it slow.
It is not good.
Well, in that case, I'll close it immediately.
You don't know if it's because it's been half empty in the bottom of a slop bucket for the past however many years, or if it was just really bad whiskey to start with. But it doesn't taste great.
Oh. Well, that sucks. I will grumbly stuff it away then.
All right. The two of you going to discuss anything?
Isaac's probably just going to maintain as much focus as he can on what's going on around him while he's still, is conscious.
It's a little tricky given the sort of wooziness that you currently have, but yeah, you're managing to stay awake, stay alert as you can.
I am going to, as much as my bruising will allow, try to practice with the chain part of my weapon again. Get some practice in on that.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're stepping away from the vehicle.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find a tree to practice on.
Not a lot of trees around here, but there is a metal pole sticking out of the ground in that sandy area.
Maybe I'll just use the side of the building. I don't want to strike metal with it. I'll just do more damage to the weapon.
All right. It's just going to go and wail on the side of the Roadhouse.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. So you go a little bit away from the vehicle, you find a nice area that you're not going to hit anybody else in, you think, and take out the chain, take out the cutlass. So we're going to set this as a speed test, and it's going to be difficulty 5.
Difficulty 5?
Yep.
And we'll go ahead and spend a point in speed to reduce it.
Okay.
And I don't believe I have any skills because you won't to use on it either.
Not at this
I'm not
point,
really
sadly.
trained in it yet.
You're getting there. You're getting some
Alrighty.
practice in.
So what does that put me at?
That is difficulty 4 now, so 12 or better.
Alrighty. That's a 7.
So you kind of stretch first to warm up, to be ready for this. And as you go to throw the first time, it just didn't quite connect with what you were hoping for. And it just bounces harmlessly off the side of the building. You do practice for a while and you get a couple good strikes in, but you're just not feeling the healthiest right now to be able to be doing this. And even with the stretching and stuff, all of the bruising along your ribs is making it really difficult to actively engage in this. Isaac, you watch Nell for a while as kind of tries to learn how to use this new weapon. Do you offer any advice, or?
Nothing that he can think of. He's very scatterbrained at this point. Like if he, like he may, like normally he could probably help her with some technique. Although I think Corin would probably be better off in that regard. But yeah, Isaac is keep an eye on seeing Nell do that. Practice with this weapon, but doesn't really have anything to add.
For a few hours, Nell practices, and fortunately, at no point does Nell harm herself or any of her friends.
Yay!
We call that a win.
Well, there's a few close calls, Isaac, where you're kind of watching, and it's like, oh gosh, as the weapon bounces off the building and flies right at Nell's head, and she's able to duck out of the way just in the nick of time.
These are good moments.
Indeed. Nice quiet moments at the Roadhouse. After about 4 hours, Quinn and Corin, you start to awaken. You got a little bit of sleep the night before, but not a lot, and you're sort of starting to wake up. You hear the thwack of metal against wood.
I don't know. I sit up, look around, wonder what that is.
You see Nell attacking the Roadhouse.
I shoot her.
You
That
said
seems
it.
like an overreaction.
Can't take it back.
Okay.
Rub the sleep out of my eyes.
Well, the day is yours.
Just pull the blanket back over my head.
Quinn's gonna go back to sleep.
I get like something with like a little bit of heft to it, nothing super heavy. And then I wait till she pulls the blanket over her head, and I just go, and I just drop it,
What are you dropping on
like
me?
a can of food or something. To just drop it like on on
On
her.
my head?
No, not on your head.
Oh.
Quinn, you suddenly feel a very broad impact on your side from a can of soup.
I just like go and stay under the blanket.
I'll do it again.
I curl up further into a ball.
I do it again.
Okay. Quinn, I'm going to need you to make a strength test. Difficulty is going to be 3.
Okay. Should I have adjusted my pool now again?
Yes.
Just, okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So those should all be full.
Boom.
Yes.
All right. Let me just.
Since neither of you were, chomped on by a vampire, and none of you fell through the second story of a farmhouse.
Yeah.
We're the good kids.
Okay.
Are you?
So I was doing a strength test.
Yes. Difficulty 3.
Okay.
So 9 or better.
11.
All right. Good enough. You do not take any damage from the soup as it falls harmlessly onto your midsection again.
Pro expert ball mode. Ugh, fetal position.
I just kind of lean over the back of the seat or something, wherever she's at, and I go, "Man, if you don't wake up, you're not gonna sleep tonight, and you're gonna be just as tired tomorrow morning when we have to go."
Just like the 5 more minutes.
All right, I'm gonna go in and take apart that computer.
Okay. Just like sticks a thumb out of the blanket, gives you a thumbs up, and puts it back under. Just 5 more minutes.
All right.
She pulls her when she does the thumbs up. I take mine and I lick my thumb and I go on her thumb.
Why is it wet?
I don't answer. I don't answer. I just leave.
So, Corin, you exit the car. Isaac, you hear the door open, close. Nell, you do as well.
What did the building do to you or any of us if you're defending our honor?
It looked at me funny. I give a hefty throw to the cutlass.
As you do, you remember that not terribly long ago, there was an inanimate object that looked at you funny and tried to eat you.
I throw harder.
All right, well, show it who's boss, and I'm gonna walk in.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
Corin,
get
I found
it.
something for you.
What did you find?
I'm gonna pull out the whiskey and hand it to him. It's good, I promise.
What does it look like?
It is Tennessee whiskey, and it is about 2/5 full.
I pull the bottle out and I take the lid off and I smell it.
Of the whiskey?
Yeah.
It smells very potent.
Thank you. I hold it up to her and I go, "You first? Share a drink?"
I am going to take a sip of it and pretend that it tastes good.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna pull out the alcohol I found, and I'm gonna take a sip of that.
I'm going to be angry.
Okay. So,
I'm the smart one in the group.
no.
Hey, I'm smart. I'm smart.
Isaac's pretty smart, too.
We all are pretty smart. That's my character, though. There's one thing my character's good at.
Well, we're going to do Nell's deception first. So, this will be a mental test, and it's going to be difficulty 5. It's really not good, and you know it's not good, and you're being forced to drink it.
Eight.
Yuck.
So you hesitate for a second, but then you steel yourself, you get it just onto your tongue before you kind of spit it out. Just as Corin is uncorking or uncapping a bottle of clear liquid, and Corin, as you do uncap it, this has never been opened.
What's mine taste like?
Well, more importantly, it smells extremely like just really pure alcohol. It is incredibly potent. Paint thinner levels curl the nose hairs.
We're talking
Kinda
like we're talking like
Burns.
when I say a sip, I mean like I maybe like pull it back just a little bit, but I really just like stick my tongue in there to get like a little bit of it if it's that strong. Like
Has Corin ever had moonshine before?
yes.
Okay. Difficulty 3 strength then.
3.
So no. You get it down, but you start coughing and sputtering immediately. Isaac, you're sitting
Both
there
just
watching
struggling.
the two of them just coughing and hacking up after taking these drinks.
Isaac just sits back and watches the show.
I offer it to Nell and I go, "Do you want some?"
Trade?
That's not what I said.
Oh. No, I think we might save these for exploding.
This is
Instead.
communal. This is communal. This is group alcohol.
This one's for exploding, and I'm gonna give it to him and return to my practice.
I'm gonna take it and put it in the SUV. I don't want to have. I don't.
Just
I'm
in
gonna take both of.
one of
I'm
the
gonna
cup
take
holders.
I'll tell you. I'm gonna take the good alcohol, the good alcohol, and put it in the SUV, and I'll keep the bottle of exploding alcohol with me in my bag in case I really need it.
Get into a tight spot.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a flare bomb. You just hit that alcohol with a flare bomb and see what happens.
Yeah, there's a shark coming at you or something. You just shove that alcohol in their jaws, and then you shoot it with a flare and say, "Smile, you big land fish."
What are you doing in the middle of nowhere? How did you get here?
Suddenly
Why
you
am I-
hear a bass line. out
Why
in
am
the
I watching
fields.
Deep Blue Sea?
Because it's the superior shark movie.
Here it
Duh,
is.
everybody knows that.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Yes.
shots fired.
spicy. Hot take.
Flares fired. All right. So yeah, you're gonna head inside, Corin, and try to take apart that computer.
Yep. You said there could be some helpful pieces to it.
You're gonna have Isaac help you.
I tell Isaac what I'm going to be doing if you would like to join.
Yeah, I stand by to help Corin however I'm able to.
Okay. So you head inside with him. All right. No, that means you get next watch since Quinn is going to continue to sleep. Although
Just
Am I
5
Quinn-
more
okay?
minutes.
Quinn,
Just 5 more minutes.
As you lie there, 5 becomes 10, becomes 15, and you cannot get back to sleep because of that uneasiness.
Mm.
That creature, that weird, bald-headed humanoid creature with just bizarre proportions, and that weird yellow and black shirt that had just the one zigzag of black along it horizontally. It's weird fashion. Man, it's weird fashion.
Probably going to get up and start making something to eat for everybody.
Okay. So, Nell, are you going to continue practicing?
No. There are two things I realized. One, I realized I have that cursed ring still. But also, I don't think I've taken any sort of bath or wade into water for a couple days, and I really need to do that.
Good thing you drank alcohol.
So I'm
yeah, you're
gonna
not feeling great.
I'm gonna go find a pond or something. Maybe, hopefully.
Well, we'll see what you find. As you kind of head into the prairie area, then, if you're going to be looking for
I'm
a
going
pond.
I'm going to tell Quinn that I am looking for water.
Okay. Do you want help or should I?
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Thank
You
you.
keep doing what you're doing. I'll be all right.
Okay. Maybe you should take one of them those things we had, the walkie-talkie. Maybe you should take one. I don't know who
Oh,
has
okay.
them. Who has them?
I have.
Is it Corin?
If you would
Corin,
like to
I
come
think,
into
has
the,
them?
if you would like to come into the building and get one.
I will enter the building to retrieve a walkie-talkie from Corin. Hey, Corin, I'm gonna go look for some water. Can I borrow a walkie-talkie?
Sure. I give her one of them.
Okay.
Tell her the frequent the channel. I basically tell her not to mess with the channel because it's on the right channel.
She'll go mess with the
I will
channel.
saunter off then.
I'll put it back if I. I'll put it back.
He duct tapes it down first.
All right. So now you're going to go off in search of water. Are you searching
Water I can wade in.
something you can submerge yourself in, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
Alrighty. I'm sure this will go well. That is a 60 even.
It's a pretty good roll. It's a pretty good roll. You don't go more than 25 feet from the edge of the field before it dips down into what appears to be some sort of pond. There's a couple of benches that have had the grass sort of grow up around it over the years. There probably was a walking path around this thing at one point.
Oh,
Lots of tall reeds and cattails. The water is very still, but it's blue still. It's not the murky brown or green that you were expecting.
oh, good. I'm very happy in that.
Trap.
Alrighty. I'm gonna set the walkie-talkie on the bench so that it doesn't submerge, because I don't think that would be a good thing for it.
Okay.
And then go for a dip, a wade.
All right. So you set down the electronics and then you head out into the middle of the pond. The bottom of the pond is extremely mucky. Very loose mud that bubbles up this brown cloud every time you take a step. The water is also surprisingly cold for having been sitting out in the sun like this and not being terribly deep. You do end up in the middle of the pond up to your waist.
Alright, we'll lean back, submerge, and just sort of relax for a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. Meanwhile, Corin...
I have a
Yes.
quick question. The points that are granted to me by that, do I get those back right away?
At the end of it.
Or... Okay.
But you get there.
Okay.
So, Corin and Isaac, you're inside the Roadhouse office. There's a sofa, desk, computer, filing cabinet where you found the alcohol. The two of you are sort of looking over the computer. Neither of you have ever disassembled a computer before or assembled one, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably not.
Nope.
Okay.
I made sure to read a bunch about them before we went on the trip.
A lot of
Beans as that's what we're going to find.
This is an older model computer. It would have been old at the time of the fall. It's a big, beige, boxy thing with an old CRT monitor and big clunky keyboard and everything. It's antiquated.
It's got a cow print cube on the side of it.
Exactly.
So, who is making the test and who is assisting?
I'm wondering if Isaac should. He's got training in machinery. I don't know. I'm assuming computers would count for that. And then also has some of his books that he's brought with him were on computers as well.
I have engineering, machine interface, and machine efficiency skills.
I guess it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other, I get in that regard. So maybe Corin leads it and then Isaac assists.
Sure.
All right, so Corin, disassembling to salvage off this computer is going to be we're going to do this a little differently, actually. Apply any skills you want, and we'll do a reverse difficulty threshold. So you'll apply your skills, you roll your dice, and however many successes you get is going to be how good the haul off this computer gets.
Okay. I guess my machine's skill for one.
Okay.
So I have one that's called Machine Interface, and it's the difficulty of discerning the level, function, and activation of technology devices that you touch is decreased by 1 step for 1 minute.
Hey, you have to spend to get that one, right?
Yeah, it costs 2.
Okay. I will absolutely allow that to be used in this
The
particular
machine
case.
efficiency. Yeah, I was going to use machine efficiency, but that's actually for making something work better, and I'm taking this apart. So.
Yeah, that's not going to help. And you have one from Isaac's assistants.
Yep. Is that all I can get, or can I add anything else?
Not that I'm aware of, but you know your character better than I do.
I could also do. That cost 2. I could do predictive equation, but that also would cost 2, and I don't want to. I don't want to deplete my pool completely, since I'm already going to exert some effort. So what is it out of 3?
You're at 3 right now.
I'll go ahead and put some effort into it as well.
Okay, how much?
I'll do 1 because I have an edge in 2. So.
All right, so we're at 4.
And then if I did another, that'd cost me 2 more. I believe. So yeah, I'll exert 1 more point of effort. So I can do 2 points of effort.
So difficulty 5, or so 5 successes already here. So you cannot roll if you want, and just take the 5.
What happens if I roll?
You might get more.
Can I get less?
Yes,
You could roll a 1.
always could roll a 1.
But if I don't roll a 1, do I get less than 5 successes?
It's a possibility, but you'd have to roll pretty bad.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll at
Okay.
least once just to see.
20, 20, 20.
Hey, it's a 19.
Ooh,
Pretty good,
wow.
pretty good.
We're gonna get in a fight in a minute, and I'm gonna roll a 2.
You pull out a set of tools and get to work. You set the monitor to the side. You begin pulling the chassis apart, pulling the pieces out. Despite the age, it's in relatively good condition, and it looks like it looks old, but all of the components inside are, well, not new, of course, because it's been 10 years since this was used, but they would have been new at the time. So it's pretty top of the line stuff, and as you two are kind of looking it over and inspecting the pieces and carefully wrapping them and making sure not to hit anything with static, you're fairly certain you can get a pretty hefty return on these pieces that you're pulling out. Over the next 2 hours, you pull the entire computer apart.
You said that they looked really good. Do I get the sense that while the computer on the outside looked old, maybe someone had updated this computer at some point?
It's exactly the case, yes. The computer was made to look old, but all the components were pretty new. Probably so no one stole it.
I definitely... Okay, then... Well, yeah, I'm getting the hard drive as well, so...
Oh yeah, you got everything.
Cool.
Within the 2 hours that it takes you, you have nothing left but an empty chassis.
Then in town, where would be places where there's computer access? I assume maybe one place, maybe 2.
The library has a computer bank,
Okay,
but that's about it.
that makes sense.
School doesn't even have computers anymore.
I think instead of selling this hard drive, since someone cared enough to keep this computer up, I might see what the librarian thinks of this hard drive and see if there's anything on it that's worthwhile.
Might be.
It's just a bunch of porn.
Pre-apocalypse porn might be worth something. You never know.
There you go.
Hey.
Go into the red light district
There you go.
at the Twin Cities and say, "Hey, pre-apocalypse. We got the good stuff. Pre-apocalypse."
So high definition.
Something tells me the Knights of Snelling probably don't allow a red light district. But
That they
maybe.
know
Who
of.
knows? Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. So, outside, Quinn, you were going to prepare some food for people.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me D100.
Okay.
To see if the food you cook spawns evil.
90?
Okay. Okay. So you get a fire started. It's tricky at first because there's not much in the way of wood around here. As you're wandering around trying to find kindling, you do come across a wood pile behind the shed. And you're able to get some old logs that have seen better days and get a fire going pretty quickly in one of the fire pits that dot the overgrown grass of this backyard. Pulling up a chair, you're able to prepare some food, get it cooking. It's a nice day. It's warm, that sort of nice springtime weather, warm. There's a scent of flowers on the wind. And you realize that you're alone. You don't see Nell anywhere. You know the guys are inside, but you can't hear them. Something maybe happened to them? It's been a lot of danger, a lot of unease in your life lately. Make a mental defense test. Difficulty for this is going to be 4.
Is that with my my unease difficulty added?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay.
You applying anything to it?
I don't really know if I have anything that would apply in this scenario. As far as like a skill. Yeah, I don't think I do.
Okay. So you...
Other than, yeah, I could spend like an edge, but nah, we're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it. 15.
Good enough. You get this sense of unease just sinking into your chest, but you push it back. You take a few deep breaths. You know that your friends are only a short distance away, and this place seems to be relatively safe compared to some of the other places you've been recently. You've got food cooking. It's going to be a good night. You're fine.
Zen.
Nell.
Yes.
Submerged under the water, it's not like the creeks and the lakes back home. It's stagnant, it's still. And you do, after about 5 minutes, start to feel on any area of exposed skin something kind of wriggling against it.
I take a look at that.
Leeches. There are lots of leeches in this pond.
Yay.
Oh, and they're bothering me?
Yeah, they're coming up to you. They're trying to drink your blood.
Hey, that's not very nice. Are they having any success?
Yes.
Ah, darn it.
These are not even fantasy creatures. These are just leeches.
I'm just getting more and more frustrated as this day goes on. I haven't been in this pool for very long, have I?
Maybe 20 minutes.
Well, that's plenty enough time for my ability to recharge, but...
Oh, I thought it was an hour you had to be submerged for that.
Oh no, I only have to be under for a couple of rounds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you are definitely good. You're good.
Alright.
You can get out.
Well, I'll get out. That's frustrating.
As you... Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I'll just return to Quinn and see if we have any... Is it salt that leeches don't like?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'll go back and see if she has any salt to remove them without
Also fire.
fire. We'll use fire.
Okay. So, Nell,
Start burning
you
off
get out of the
leeches.
pond. You start to head back. Do you remember the walkie-talkie?
Yes, I remember the walk. Well, oh no, apparently I don't.
Uh-oh. You, frustrated over the leeches, completely sopping wet, you head back through the tall grass, emerging not far from where Quinn is cooking. Quinn, Nell did not remove any of her clothes before heading into the water, so she's just... For a second, it's a little weird. You're kind of freaked out for a second that, like, there's a water zombie that's coming towards you. But it looks like Nell.
Just like pick up one of my extra logs. Oh,
I frustratedly plop down next to the fire and tried firing the burning twig to start removing the leeches with.
It's pretty easy to find one, and you begin to burn them off. Quinn, you can see that she has a leech, like right here, that she doesn't seem to have noticed. Not a very big one. Just a little baby.
just yeah, she's
Yeah.
like but you got there's some right. It's just like it's right here. You got a little. There's it's just right here. She's
I will
like, you
burn
just
that one off. I can't see what you guys are pointing at, so I don't know, but Nell knows.
She's just pointing at her cheek.
Okay, yeah, I'll burn it off. Find it and burn it off.
Give me a speed test, difficulty 1.
Putting the flaming stick next to your eyeball.
Yes! There's an element of danger involved
Jeez
with
Is
this
it a
Louise.
action.
speed defense test?
No.
It's just a speed test.
Just
and
a
not
speed
burn
test.
Alright.
As an actual person who has had to remove leeches before because I've swam in creeks and rivers, you can just pull them off.
Yeah, but it's just bleeding all over. I don't know. I rolled a 17.
Yeah, you're good.
Right.
You
Because
quickly...
they just start
No
bleeding
fear.
all over the place. But if I stick this burning stick in my face, that's better.
She's
There's a little bit of-
cauterizing the
Fine,
wound.
we're fine, yeah.
As the leech falls off, there's a little bit of soup left on your cheek there where it was, but you rather quickly get them all removed. Do you just let them lay in the grass, or what do you do with them?
Oh, I'm gonna toss them into the fire.
Okay. They make a sizzling sound as they cook. Quinn, they sort of smoke a little bit. You're cooking over that fire. Do you do anything?
I'm making sure none of it's going in the food.
Okay.
Like there's definitely like a lid on the pot, and I'm keeping track of if anything's flying off in that direction.
Okay. I have made a note.
Great.
What kind of food is Quinn making?
She was inspired by the soup cans that were thrown at her, and
You're welcome.
she's-
They were not thrown at you.
yeah, they're thrown directly in her direction. She
Dropped on you.
put them to use. She
Corn's
says if
not out
there's-
here yet, so
There's no more cans for him to throw at me, he can't throw them at me. So I'm just gonna cook all this food in the cans.
Big brain thinking right there.
Mm-hmm.
So some time passes as Nell is removing her leeches and the food is getting cooked. After a couple of hours, Corin and Isaac, you've removed everything from the computer. Do you go back outside?
Yeah, so we already looked everything over in here. So.
All right. You head back out. There's a small fire. You see Nell and Quinn kind of resting next to it.
Is Nell still soaking wet?
Kind of.
Did you fall in a pond?
No, I waded into a pond on purpose.
Fully clothed?
Yeah?
Okay, give me the... You didn't wear the walkie-talkie into the pond, did you?
Of course not. I took it off and set it onto the bench.
I hold my hand out and I say, okay, we'll give it here.
Damn it.
You've got to be kidding me.
I
Just deadpan, like no emotion. Just like you've got to be kidding me. He walks off towards the pond.
You don't know where the pond is.
Which way's the pond?
I get up and walk off towards the pond.
As your boots press against the ground, you can hear this squish, squish, squish sound.
I go with her.
Okay. In that case, I would like each of you to roll me a d10.
Oh.
Why is it the more of us that go, the higher the chance of us just fucking something up?
4.
0. Or 10, whichever you prefer.
Thank you.
4.
4.
Also 4.
Wow. That's a lot of force. What are the odds?
1 in 10.
As
Each time.
Are you talking as you head through the tall grass?
Why is there soot on multiple parts of your body?
Leeches. The pond had leeches in it.
Okay. Why is there soot on multiple parts of your body?
Because I burned them off.
There you go. You didn't just pull them off?
No, it's funner to burn them.
Alright. You could use salt next time.
As you say that, you're cresting a little hill that looks down at this low sunken pond, and it's exactly as Nell described it to you. Just a nice little pond. Except there's somebody by the bench with the walkie-talkie.
How far
Do we
away?
recognize them?
How far away? Did you ask me that or did you ask the DM that?
I asked the DM if we...
Oh, I thought you asked me and I was gonna be
No.
like, we're here together.
The back,
No.
whatever it is, their back is to you. They're wearing a long coat with a hood that's up. And they're only about 3 feet tall.
Oh.
I don't point it at them, but I do kind of put my rifle clearly over my shoulder. And how far away are they?
About 30 feet. They don't seem to have noticed you, which is odd because of all the talking.
What is the layout of the land? Like, is there trees? Like, could they run off into like some trees or something, or is it pretty open?
It's tall grass, and they're only 3 feet tall. Nearest trees are at least 100, 200 feet away.
But they haven't noticed us and we're just walking.
No,
towards
they've picked
them?
up the walkie-talkie and are kind of looking at it. They push the button, and there's immediately a squelching sound. that
God damn it,
emanates-
before you said that, I was gonna pull it out and say something to them.
You go to do that just as they hit it. The squelching sound echoes
Ah.
through your walkie-talkie, and they turn around. You see that it's a goblin man.
I
Hard to say.
draw my cutlass.
Can I now push the button?
Yeah.
While he's looking at me, I go, put it on the bench or die.
Kind of looks around, sees it's just the two of you.
I'm holding up my rifle.
Puts his hands up, kind of motions with it that he's setting it on the bench. Leaves it
I'm
there.
approaching.
Takes a step backwards from it, but doesn't move any further.
All right, I'll approach.
Hello.
Hello. That's ours.
I didn't know it was yours, or I wouldn't have
What?
taken it.
That's fine. I grab it.
I didn't do anything to it, so
Are you where? It's weird to see goblins by themselves. Are
right.
you part of a larger group?
Kind of eyes you suspiciously. I don't really think I want to tell you that.
I mean, we're the ones at a disadvantage here.
How are you, though? You're both very tall. And you have the higher ground. That's very important.
I've heard.
Look,
I put the rifle down. I was like,
I
well,
didn't
we're not
know
going to...
it was yours, so I'll just be on my way, if that's alright.
See, this is why we need to know if you're with a bigger group, because for all we know, you could go off and tell them you saw us, and then a bunch of goblins come and try and do something.
Well, I mean, it's just a walkie-talkie. I don't think if I was with a group, which I'm not with a group, for the record, I don't think that you would... we're not going to risk ourselves, our theoretical, hypothetical selves, for a walkie-talkie. I mean... I'm going to put my arms down now. Is that alright?
I look at Nell, and yeah, you can put your arms down. I look at Nell, and I go, and I give her like a look, and I go back and tell the platoon that it's all clear over here. And when the other groups get back, they should report in.
I give him a thumbs up and head back to Quinn and Isaac and tell them what's what.
And I look back at the
We
goblin.
found a new Linus.
I look back at the goblin and I go, so there you go. We're gonna tell all the platoons when they come in, we didn't see you. So
You're going to tell them that you didn't see me.
we're not going to report that we saw anything. We're not gonna be like, we saw a goblin. So you don't gotta worry.
Where are you from?
When he said he's not with the group, was he telling the truth? Can I tell?
Make a mental test. Difficulty is going to be 4.
Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of effort into it. I love having 2 edge. Okay, it's a 14.
Good enough. So yeah, you are fairly certain that he's telling the truth. He's got traveling clothes on, nicer than most of the goblins that you've encountered, which admittedly isn't a large sample size. But he also has a large, even for him, even for you really, backpack that's just kind of on the ground nearby. He's putting himself between you and the pack.
He asked me where I'm from.
Yep.
You first.
I mean, it really depends what you mean by that, because I originally, I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, if you know what that is. Might not, you seem rather young. But I moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico when I was very young. And then by the time the fall happened and everything changed and I became this mess, I was living over in Fargo, and now I wonder the plains and the forest and try to find things to trade with the tribes. So,
We're from Newcastle.
well, I'll be going then.
Oh,
No,
What was you said you like to trade.
I do, but not with Newcastle. No,
Well, we're from Newcastle. We're not the town of Newcastle. Do you not want to trade?
Well, you haven't shot me with that rifle yet, so... All right. I'll show you what I've got, and you show me what you've got, and we'll see if we can come to some sort of agreement.
Yep. Sadly, I have my bag, but I can't take him back because... Well, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Maybe I don't care if I lied.
Goes over to his bag and opens it up, starts to pull out some things. He's got some animals, some small game that he's trapped and, or, tradable. He pulls out some dried goods, clothing, a Walkman, small box of tapes. Nothing terribly spectacular. Actually, Corin, roll me a D100.
That's a 95.
Damn. Okay. So yeah, he pulls out a lot of stuff. He basically has a small store, general goods store, right here. Is there anything that your party currently needs or wants?
Anything. As a group, discuss.
Anything we need or want?
He basically has an entire general goods store in his bag.
Are we looking at like the list that you had provided us?
I mean,
Is
you
this
can look
an
at that,
option?
or if there's something your character is looking for, or specifically could be useful to you in the coming days.
A working cell phone of some kind.
He has that. He's got a couple, actually. This one is a flip phone. He, opens it up, closes it, opens it up, closes it. Now, this is, honestly, the battery life not very good, but, it's not bad. And it still turns on and off and gets shit reception. But this one, he actually takes a sock and kind of pours out an old Nokia phone. Now these lasted forever.
Still full battery.
Impossible to break. Battery lasts forever. And you can play one game on it called Snake. Aha.
Define. Do you guys have anything that I could?
I'm trying to think of anything.
I don't know if there's anything specifically that Nell wants, unless it's something unique and or magical is what she cares about.
Do
But
either of these cell phones look like they could help me in what we're trying to do with either communication or possibly the stuff we're going to get for our mission, especially since I have the machine interface and machine efficiency, so I can essentially work and make anything that's a machine work better or work in a way that I want it to with tinkering.
I mean, it's possible. You don't know a whole lot about the units in and of themselves at the moment, but the knowledge that you do have, I mean, they're both phones. Theoretically, they should work, but the one does look a little bit more sturdy than the other.
The Nokia.
So you
They're
got
not sponsored by
snacks.
He does. He's got some animals that he's caught. He's got some dried goods. There's even a bag of banana chips.
Ooh.
Fancy. Quinn would be eyeballing the banana chips.
Oh,
if she
did
was
Quinn
there.
come down?
That's what I'm saying. If she was
Ah.
there, I don't know if I'm there.
Hang on,
I feel like
I've got this.
I feel like I would be staying to make sure. I don't want the food to burn.
No, I'm gonna. So he pulls that out. I also ask him. I go, Do you have any cameras?
What kind of cameras?
Any kind.
Well, the flip phone has a camera built in. Not a very good one. But he kind of starts to dig down deep into the bag. Aha! He pulls out a disposable camera. I found this. The ruins of a photo shack. It's only got, I think, a dozen pictures left on it. So I don't know what the other 12 on it are. But, hey, you got 12 pictures you can take. I don't know how you're going to develop them, though. I don't have those chemicals anymore. I sold those.
That's fair. I like this. What you call it? A Nokia cell phone?
It was known back in the day to be one of the greatest brands of cellular technology across the world. Everybody had a Nokia at one point, till those fucking iPhones came out and ruined everything.
Well, what do you need for this?
This is a very expensive piece of technology, very prized. I've had plains chieftains astride their buffalo come and say that they wanted it and would offer me all the riches of their tribe for it. So what do you got?
Booze. We've got drugs.
Okay, right, we do actually.
I have a bag of
Drugs.
plastic jewelry.
Well, I
Yeah.
have some.
We have actual drugs.
Well, I have some incredibly strong booze.
How long has he been chatting with the goblin by himself?
It's been about 5 to 10 minutes at this point.
I'd probably go back and check on him then, because none of us are aware that it's a shop. I just told him that there's a goblin and
It's
that
true.
Corn was dealing with him.
None of you know. So now you
So
come back
after
out.
about 10 minutes, I'd return. But,
Yep.
hey, what's up? What's going on?
The goblin has
Uh,
spread a blanket out, and there's just piles of products that he's trying to trade.
Yeah, I look at Nell and I go, he has an entire shop in his bag, so we essentially have a store to trade at right now.
That's right.
Anything you
Oh,
Anything you-
neat.
anything you want? Should we invite him back to the camp?
If you think he's safe.
I think he's safe. I don't think he's with anybody. He
I'm
seems to
very
be-
safe.
He seems to be traveling. Doesn't seem to be part of a goblin clan.
Sure, why not? He'll be the new Linus.
I hope that's.
What's a Linus? Like the
That's-
Peanuts character?
Yep. I don't know what that is, but yep.
It's a
He
cartoon
was a previous
character.
goblin friend.
What happened to him? You're from
got a little bit
Newcastle.
blown-
I don't. Do I
First
want
off,
to
He
know?
we
blew
didn't kill.
himself up
Nope,
by accident.
we didn't kill him. Other goblins killed him.
What?
Yeah.
Other goblins are terrible. You're not like them, correct?
No, not at all. I mean, very.
Cool. If you come back to camp, probably several. Like, I have some other friends. By the way, I lied. There's no platoon. There's only 4 of us.
Oh. Well, jeez, Louise, man, that's.
You should understand. You know, goblins usually travel with more than one, and they're usually
No,
not
no,
very
it's fine. We're
friendly.
terrible.
Yes, but I mean, you're not. You don't seem to be.
I'm one of the good ones.
Would you like to gather your stuff and come back to camp?
Yes,
Perhaps you
yes.
could-
And
perhaps
starts
you could-
shoving handfuls of stuff into his oversized bag.
I look at
Just gets
Nell and I
bigger
go,
and bigger.
we owe him a drink for this, I think.
Fair enough.
Of your alcohol. All right,
have
well
it.
come on. Well, come on. I'll introduce you to the gang.
He follows you back up to the camp. This goblin, 3 foot tall goblin with a large black leather wide brimmed hat,
What's your name?
long leather duster, and this oversized backpack that's wider than he is tall. Follows Corin and Nell back to camp. My name is Bartleby Buttonnose.
Bartleby. I'm Corin.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your name before the fall?
Oh, no. No, it was not.
Do you prefer this name?
It's rude to ask a person their name, what was before the fall. Of all, let you reinvent yourself, be whoever you wanted to be, or whoever you were able to be in some limited capacity due to new societal norms.
Fair. It's fair.
Hello, Bartleby Buttonnose at your service. I know your friend Corin, but I do not believe I've had the privilege to meet the rest of your charming troupe.
He's going to join us for dinner.
Great. I made a big amount, I think. So that'll be. I'm Quinn.
Miss Quinn, it is a delight and a privilege to meet you. He does a deep bow, but nearly falls over from the weight of the pack. He unslings it and sets it down.
His accent wasn't this thick when we were talking by the pond.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's pond life, man. You gotta separate pond life from fire life, alright? Everybody knows that. He points at Isaac. You know that, right? Right?
Isaac?
I'm sorry, do I know you?
No, I just
Did you say my
introduced
name, Isaac, or-
myself. I'm Bartleby Buttonnose, goblin trader of some renown. Thank you very much. You are
My name is Isaac Patterson.
Isaac Patterson. Good to meet you, Isaac. See, Isaac gets it. And I don't believe I've met...
Didn't say. Never
I
mind.
haven't gotten your name yet, Miss Leather Jacket here.
Nelly. My name's Nelly.
Miss Nelly. Well, it's wonderful to meet your little troop, and, well, let me show you what I have, and we can do some trading. Sound good?
It's Captain Nelly, by the way.
Captain Nelly. It's like an official thing, or just... You know what, never mind. I'm just going to... He starts pulling the stuff back out onto a blanket. So, this is what I've got. What have you got?
I have my eyes on that phone, and then I look and I go, and that lighter. You said he has everything, so I have just a Zippo lighter.
Yes, he does. I do have a Zippo lighter. It's got a skull on it. That's how you know it's good quality.
Is there fluid in it?
He kind of shakes it. Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I pull out the incredibly strong alcohol.
What's that?
I undo the lid and just kind of put it close to his face.
Oh, yep. Nope. That's, Oh my. That's the good stuff. I could probably get a pretty good penny for that.
I
It's
was
not
thinking,
quite enough for the phone, though.
what about out of character? Like, how much drugs did we find? Because what the hell else are we gonna
I
use
just
them
wrote
for?
down found some drugs.
That's good enough.
$300 cash and some canned food.
We're eating the canned foods.
Yeah. That's what I wrote down.
I don't even have that down here.
It was found in the house.
Yeah.
like in the basement, I think.
I like that the DM didn't write down that we found drugs, but he's the one who gave us the drugs.
I have got a secret for you. I make most of this up as we go.
It's pretty good. So good job. I pull out some of the computer parts, not the hard drive, but I pull out some of the computer parts since they were so good. And I kind of show him like one at a time. Like I pull out a couple of memory sticks and I go, I got some computer components that are actually in really, really good shape that could fetch quite a lot. Scavenged
computer parts. Well, I'll be the judge of that.
I put out 2 memory sticks right in front of him.
Yes, this is a good one. Memory. Hard drive?
Couldn't find the hard drive.
Graphics card.
Could find. Yeah, I pull out the graphics card. I pull out the 2 memory sticks and I put the graphics card down and I go, this plus the alcohol for the phone and the Zippo lighter. And then you can also do business with my friends who will trade you stuff for other stuff. So you're not just getting stuff from me, you're getting stuff from everybody.
Yes. This is an acceptable bargain, and I will make it with you.
Because we made you put all your stuff back up and carry it up here and then spread it all out again.
See, that's just polite. That's good manners.
Exactly.
If only more people from your settlement had such manners, goblins might actually come and visit.
To be fair, we've had goblins come visit and they eat people.
Yeah,
Well,
when they visit
the night is young. The night is young. We're not there yet, but
Please don't eat any people.
that, and the alcohol for these 2.
Take them.
Deal, my good man. And over adds that to his pile.
I put the bag of computer stuff like in the SUV, like near where I always am. So
Any magic stuff there, Bartleby?
I mean, maybe. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of things that are suffused with magic these days that you never know until you actually touch it.
oh, if only we had something where you could look at it and see if
Isaac,
was
anything magic in this
magical.
bunch?
Yeah, Isaac, is there anything magical?
Yeah, Isaac runs the, and I've forgotten what it's called. The resonance field detector over it. See if it gives off any sort of magical signal.
As a matter of fact,
Ooh.
roll me a D100.
Let's see. Hold on. That was a 7.
Just
67.
67. Okay.
7.
And a D6.
All right, D6.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 1.
Okay. So, looking, kind of passing the thing across it, you're not really picking anything up. And then the weirdest thing happens. There's a sudden click, 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 click. Run it back. Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Over a pile of sunglasses. Not like good sunglasses. Like Bartleby definitely found a giant vertical rack of sunglasses at a gas station and just took all of the super decorative ones that he could find. And there is a pink, vibrantly pink, kind of flared out rimmed sunglasses that are giving off a field.
Pulls out the closer look, sees what kind of
You were going to
energy
say
it is.
takes a closer look, weren't you?
You pick up the sunglasses, you take the little jeweler's loop out. It's giving off that same green field that the other stuff had momentarily before transforming to something else.
Ooh. Where did you find these?
I mean, I found him in a truck stop over in South Dakota. So they are well traveled.
Hmm.
Are they magic?
Well, if they're well traveled, they're worth a little less.
If they're magic, they're worth a lot more.
I'm gonna pull out the pair of cheap shades that I have and say, even trade?
No. Are those magic?
They're
I
as
guess-
magical as those that he's holding.
But his little thingy went click, click, click over them, and now he's examining them like he was a jeweler.
Or if they're
Have you
magic,
never
I've
seen
got
a
some
radi-
other stuff.
Have you never seen a radiation detector?
Is that what that is?
It's a Geiger counter.
On our Geiger? They're radioactive?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, they're giving off a kind of sickly green
Why,
energy.
Why are you putting them so close to your face? We should throw them in that pond. Give them to me. I will do this. I will endanger myself for the safety of your groups that we may continue to do business.
You don't want to sell us
Are they
stuff.
magic
You
or
don't want
not?
to. You don't want to sell us stuff that could endanger you. You don't want to get rid of it.
I'm just going to throw them in the pond.
Okay.
All right. Hand him over. Come on, big
Give him-
guy.
Give them to him. He can throw them in the pond.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, please do. And they're probably better off at the bottom of the pond.
Very true. If it's kind of like holds it out
Would-
in front of
I
himself.
wouldn't touch it
and-
for very long.
I'm going
Is
to
that
be
gonna
be
ma-
right
is-
back.
Was that gonna make radioactive fish?
Maybe.
It's
He
a-
hurries
it's a-
off.
What about the leech? The leech
Out
is
of the
gonna get
grass.
big.
Well, don't go
Yeah,
back
you'll
in.
have to leeches. And
He's gone for just like a minute.
As soon as he's out of earshot, I lean over to Nell and say, "Once we're done and he's gone, get to the bottom of the lake. Get to the
tomorrow.
bottom of the pond.
Like tomorrow morning or something. Like after everything.
Yeah, those glasses aren't going anywhere, but they're probably magic.
Oh,
Don't mention it
I
though."
thought they were radioactive. We're gonna have radioactive dire leeches.
Leeches.
I don't wanna deal
Giant
with that.
leeches.
No, that was the bluff, and I didn't expect him to go full waste disposal on us, but that
Oh,
just means
well,
we're gonna
I'll
have to
I'll just give him these ones then. I'm
He's
gonna
a very
have my
kind.
cheap
He's
pair.
a very kind goblin.
You don't mention it, but once he's gone, then you'll probably have to swim to the bottom of the pond and get him back.
Fine. I'm gonna add my pair of cheap shades to his pile of cheap shades, though.
Okay. Well, that's all taken care of. You are welcome. And you are also thanked for finding such a disgusting thing amongst the middle of my products. How much
Can
do you
I
want
tell-
for the Geiger counter?
Did he?
Oh,
did
no,
he-
no.
Did he throw them, or did he? Can I get a read on him?
Difficulty 7 mental.
Okay. Okay. $17.
Hey,
Well, the difficulty 7, unfortunately.
It was a 19.
No.
19.
Nope.
no wait. Difficulty 7 is
21.
21. Shit.
17. So nope.
You're not sure.
No dark.
You're. Maybe he did. He's been pretty on the level with you the whole time.
Okay.
Except he did try to tell you a Nokia was like the top of the line phone before the fall.
I mean, I understand the difference.
mean-
I understand the difference between like trying to sell something and like just outright lying.
Like at least comparatively to Apple and Android and whatnot, Nokia hasn't had a full-on like complete. At least no people regard Nokia with some semblance of respect in terms of quality.
I mean, it's not gonna break on you.
Exactly.
Um,
So,
You're on stream now.
where'd that dog come from?
He sometimes comes to me, but most of the time he's just running around in the wilderness.
That's weird. But I respect that. It's what I do. So, what else do people want? I just think I came into some computer parts recently, if anybody's interested.
Is there a second Zippo?
Yeah. He pulls out one. It's got a unicorn on it.
Corin, trade?
You haven't gotten it from him yet.
That's true, you
Yes,
haven't.
but if I get it from him, it's a
We'll cross
Zippo.
that.
It's not
We'll cross that bridge.
Is there fluid? Is there liquid in it? Is there
He kind of
lighter
shakes it.
fluid
More than was in his.
I'd like
I
to
tell him.
check
I
that.
tell him really quick. I'll trade you this one for it. And I just hold.
Hey! You've done your trade. It's my turn.
I mean,
This one has a skull. This one
there's
has a
suddenly
I'd like to-
demand for this, miss, so...
I'd like to check how much fluid is in it, if I can.
He holds it out to you. You break it, you buy it.
Quite impressive to break a Zippo.
I've seen it done. There was this
I
big orcish fellow out in South Dakota. He just took one and snapped his fingers and it was gone. Come
So
to
it
think of it, he
disappeared,
might have been a
disappeared?
magician. He might have been a magician, actually.
it sounds like he cheated.
Was there a crowd of people around him?
He stole my lighter! Well, I'm certainly not getting it back because he was 5 times my size, but what can you do?
I'll be honest, you probably didn't even need magic to take stuff from you if you wanted to.
What are you
that rude?
saying?
I'm saying if he was 5 times your size, I don't know how much.
Hey, I
Anyway.
might be small, but I am fierce. I am a strong, independent goblin, and I don't need no bodyguard.
I feel that.
Survived this long.
It's true. I survived for years before the fall, and now I'm surviving after it. Hell, some might even say I'm thriving, but most would not. Most would simply say, "Oh my gosh, a goblin!" and run away.
Well, I'm gonna give this lighter a shake and figure out how much fluid.
About
is
half
in
full.
it. Oh, all right. I'm gonna pull out 3 of the costume rings and offer him that.
Could I see that little jeweler's loop that you had, lad? Mr. Isaac,
I mean, yeah. I basically attuned it to kind of act as a sort of, supplementary to the Geiger counter.
You don't have one?
a jeweler's loop? No, not anymore. Sold my last one when I was in Marshall a couple days ago. No, then? Can't see it's right.
What are the attitudes of other settlements you've been to, like Newcastle's? What are their attitudes towards goblins?
In Duluth's pretty welcoming, though you really can't get very far in. Headwater, I've been there. It's a nice town. Little wild, but it's the edge of their territory. Snelling is alright. I do enjoy their little communities. Haven't really gone into the ruins of the cities too much, mainly because there's a lot of monsters. A lot of creatures dwell in those ruins. A lot of dangerous things, but that's where the money is, right? Marshall's nice. It's a little bit south and west of the Twin Cities. Free city. Well, not city, really. Free town. Though, who knows for how long that will last with what's going on out west.
Which is...
What's going on out west?
News will cost you.
I got. She pulls out like one of her snacks, like a Twinkie or something. Like, I got this.
Such a Twinkie. I remember one of those. Well, very well. You may have.
Hey, I hold my hand out. I go,
No.
okay, Twinkies. That's going to be a lot of news.
That's a lot of.
That's a Twinkie.
All right.
Plus, how about wait? You got any exchange of food item for food item as well?
He holds up a raccoon. Huh?
I don't.
Just give him the Twinkie. We want news.
I
Just give him the Twinkie.
that's okay. We'll just take news.
Kind of unwraps it quickly and just shoves the whole thing in his mouth. That's really good.
Was it one of the chocolate ones or one of the regular ones?
Vanilla.
I'm going to.
Yeah, it's a regular.
Good. That's fine.
I'm
Alright.
going to, assuming he accepted the trade, I'm popping the Zippo into my pocket and returning to the fire.
What trade did he accept?
Well, I gave him those 3 rings.
Oh, he has
and
not
he-
examined those yet. Unfortunately, got distracted by Twinkies.
Did he take them from me?
Oh, wait, if
He
gives
was
them
going
back,
to
then-
look at them, but he's gotten distracted, and now they are in his pile, so...
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
well then I go back to the fire.
Okay.
I took
Yeah.
them.
Well,
No
you know what
problem.
happened in Fargo after the fall, right?
Do we? History, do we?
Yeah, I mean, I know history, but
There's a lot of conflicting stories, but the one thing everybody says is that Fargo is ruled over by a great golden dragon and the servitors of that dragon.
I say this to him.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct, yeah.
Alright,
The dragon doesn't really get involved in the day-to-day, but he does demand a lot of tribute, and they have opened up... well, they've expanded their territory rather aggressively, and when they encounter a group that doesn't want to join, they send the dragon in, and he convinces them to join, usually. They've expanded quite a ways into the Dakota territories, and they've got mines that they're pulling gold and other minerals out of the earth to give to the dragon. Honestly, it's one of the wealthiest communities in the area. There's apparently places very similar to that out west. Phoenix, Arizona is in a similar state, but apparently it's not a golden worm, it's a red one. Very ornery one. But they can't expand much further west without running into other territories that are similarly dispositioned. So where else do they go? East. They go east. Yes, that's correct.
yeah,
And then-
okay.
I didn't know you wanted us to say it. I just
It
thought
was it was not a rhetorical question, but it became one. So
You were telling the story so good. I didn't think you wanted us to. I thought that was for purpose. It sounded so good when you were saying it like that.
no, maybe I did want an answer, but and then down south, Iowa, of course, is in. I mean, they're in good working order, but they won't never allow a goblin into their borders. One of the most populated places in the entirety of the former United States. Almost all humans. And then there's St. Louis. Don't go to St. Louis. You won't survive.
You've been there?
No, I would never.
Oh,
What's in
in
St. Louis?
There's a cult in St. Louis. Magic users, magicians, and witches, and wizards, and warlocks, and all sorts. They're doing something with that arch, I reckon. I don't know what. But they have been rounding people up from what I've heard. They're at war with Iowa. And they keep raiding and taking people.
just anybody or
Anybody.
Is this anything that we've been told or heard in Newcastle. Like
You've heard nothing about St. Louis.
Any of the like stuff he's talking about, is this like all just like new to us news?
It's
For the most part.
confirming some things you may have heard. You know that, Fargo was ruled over by a golden dragon. You knew that Iowa was apparently a lot of farms, but you didn't realize that they had that many people and that was pretty much just humans. And you've heard nothing of St. Louis.
Any news of the Leviathan in the lakes?
Oh, yes. Several of them, in fact. Which one did you want to know about?
I don't know its name.
Can you describe it?
It was in Lake Michigan. How well would I remember the one that?
It's up to you.
Well, I think she probably would have remembered quite well. That was a very traumatic day. It was a great long serpentine one. Green, if I remember.
This was in Lake Michigan? Oh, that's unfortunately a little bit beyond my area of travel. I was talking about the ones in Superior.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, you don't go into Wisconsin anymore. You definitely don't go towards the southern end of Lake Michigan, where Chicago used to be. A lot of eaters down there. They don't care if you're a goblin, a dragonkin. I'm sorry, but I've never seen your like, Miss Nell, Captain Nell.
Yeah. I have an affinity for water, that's all, I suppose.
Mermaid, I'm right.
No, I can walk on land, but that would have been pretty cool.
Can
Where
mermaids
mermaid?
not walk on land? I thought there was a movie about that. Well, regardless, any other trading you want to do before we dine and break bread together this evening?
Nothing else catches my eyes.
Do you have bread?
Kind of digs through stuff, pulls out like a single pita.
Yeah, no, that. Never mind.
All right. Well,
Thanks, though.
Bread's hard to come by.
mainly because you have to make it.
Yeah, I'm not really set up to make. I mean, I could make. If I had the right ingredients, I could make like a pan-fried bread of some kind, but not.
Ah.
I mean,
Not,
we took some bread. We took some bread from Newcastle, but there wasn't a lot, so we've already eaten
Well,
that.
we've probably eaten
I bet Iowa's got bread.
sandwiches.
We're not. Well, we don't. I don't want to go to.
Where are we
Iowa.
going to Iowa? That's way
We're
south
not-
of where we're
I
headed.
We're
didn't,
not
I didn't say
going
we
to
were. I
Iowa.
just
Oh,
think they have
okay.
it. I just think they have bread.
We have a mission.
Yeah, and it's not for bread.
I mean, if there is
Bread could be the mission.
I mean, if there's bread in there. we
That could
should
be
take-
like our code word for it.
for bread.
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 Yeah.
Bread could be
We're-
our code word for
well,
bread.
Yeah. No, for our mission.
We're looking for bread.
What do we need?
Yeah. For when we don't want people to know what we're looking for.
We're looking for bread.
Came here for bread. Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Bread.
Bread.
We all say at once. Bread. I look at Quinn and I smile and I go, "Oh, you're right. It works. Yeah.
See?
That's great."
Right. All right. Well,
Oh,
Let's eat this. I've got soup.
all right. So as you all sit down for a meal, he kind of packs his bag back up real quick, and you have a nice meal with Bartleby Buttonnose, the goblin trader of some renown. And I think that's a really good point for us to take our break for the evening. So stick around. We'll be back in about 10 minutes to pick the story back up and see what happens at the Roadhouse.
All right.
Yay.
yay.
Puppy. I'll go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to After the Fall here on Scryer Vision. I'm your storyteller, still, Ryan, and with me we still have Clarity, Aaron, John, and Tyler playing their respective characters. And I am currently getting to play Bartleby Buttonnose, a goblin trader of some renown who are now sharing a meal with. And what a meal it was! Quinn whipped up her mixed soup stew, which combined several cans of unknown origin without labels into a single pot and somehow worked out splendidly. Flavors just meshed.
Mm-hmm. I give it the can like a little shake beforehand so I can tell if it's like super chunky or not, and then I know, is this gonna mix well? That's kind of my technique. I give it that little shake before I open it up.
That's wise. Because several of the cans that you have, you're fairly certain are dog food, which is edible. You can eat that. It's not going to be great.
But if I shake, it's not going to shake, though. I know it's not soup.
If you mix it with stuff and the right spices, you don't even know it's dog food.
It's true. Mm-hmm. It's true. There might be some Alpo in this stew that you're currently all partaking in.
Depends on
you could
it's
trade
protein.
the dog food for stuff.
Yeah.
It's true. He's got a raccoon.
I needed protein, you guys. I'm sorry.
He's got 2 raccoons.
You butcher those, and we might have a deal. I'm not butchering those currently.
Nah, I'm not very good at butchering things, so probably not.
Yeah. I mean, I can butcher them. I learned that skill in survival class.
That's good. That's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I just feel bad.
This is good. This is really good stew, though. I mean, really.
Thank you.
Quinn is quite the cook.
So it would seem. Good cook. You can get work in any settlement, anywhere across the region.
How do you make a good living being a traveling sales goblin?
I'm alive.
That's not what I asked.
Well, that's living.
I said a good living.
Oh.
No, probably not then.
You seem to be well traveled and well informed and have a good memory. Have you thought of becoming a scout for an area?
Not much of a market for goblin scouts, honestly.
If you had a car, he'd be able to do a lot more trading.
You're offering to trade me for your car.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, see, that's the problem, isn't it? There's so much car out there, but not enough car, Yeah.
It took me several years to build this one, I know.
Yeah.
Let's build a second one. We can trade him the second one.
Well, that sounds like an idea.
What about a boat, huh? She looks like right at Nelly.
I mean,
do you like boats?
We get less use out of the boat than we do.
Yeah, we get way less use out of the boat. It's actually not very useful to us anyway.
A boat could be useful. We could probably get to some places that...
What, out of the stuff you got, what do you for the boat? What do you think you could give us for the boat?
I'd have to see
the boat. It's a magically enchanted boat, too.
That's also
true. By this guy. I point at Isaac.
Why are you selling a magically enchanted boat?
Make her feel bad because she wanted me to sell the car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what he was trying to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have got something that's worth a magically enchanted boat.
I've got 2 raccoons.
It's not magically enchanted. It's mechanically enhanced.
Well,
with NOS.
Really?
What's the difference?
Where did you get NOS?
I don't have the time to explain to you what the difference is.
Sets the raccoons back down. Well, this is awfully pleasant. You're very nice people. But I probably should be getting on my way before,
Well, where are you headed?
Before night falls, do you think you'll be safer out there than here in a group?
Are you offering me...
Well, we didn't say that.
What? Where are you headed?
That.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Well,
This is a good
I
question.
had planned to head to Headwater, avoiding the Newcastle territory, of course.
So is that north of here?
Yes, that's part of the
Oh,
Duluth
okay.
Union.
Sorry, I'm not great with direction.
Is that out of character? Is that on the way to where we're going at all?
Opposite direction.
Opposite direction. Well, we're headed in the other direction, so
Ah, a pity. I can't join you then, though it was very kind of you to offer.
it was. I look at Mel. You're more than welcome to stay here for the night, though, in the group, but you do what you want.
Kind of eyes each of you up and down, looks at your weapons. No, I think I'll go. Anything I should know up the road, though?
Dog.
Dog.
We saw well, technically we saw 2 dogs, but they look really similar.
He asked if there was something he should know, and out of
I'm
the
not
vampire
finished.
and the dogs.
There's a
Vampire.
group of people with the
Well, we
dog.
killed the vampire.
We did kill the vampire.
There's like a
But
whole
watch
there's
out
a settlement
for
with
wooden
the dog.
boxes.
There is a settlement, and
But the dog I mean, I don't know. That dog was suspicious.
So he
When
pulls
you
out
see
a map. Starts to look over it. There's a settlement?
yeah,
yeah, I point on the map where the settlement was. Would have
He
been.
has
Next
not
to a
marked the
gas
settlement
station.
there.
Yeah, it was right behind it was a gas station, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a gas station.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
there was a
so.
gas station right here, like
Hmm.
off the road, and then right here at the bottom of the hill there was a. We saw
And
it was.
there's
it
a
was,
dog.
It was gated, wasn't it? Or it was like wooden fence, you said, or wooden gate.
I don't remember anything like that.
I will
The dog was
investigate.
friendly. The dog was friendly.
That
The
bodes
dog
well.
was very friendly.
Though none of you are 3 feet tall with green skin, so
However, before we got to the, if you're heading that way, before that, if you see an old farmhouse on the side of the road that's mostly burned in and collapsed, don't go there.
you said vampire.
Well,
We killed a
vampire. It should be
vampire.
fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's possibility of more than one vampire. You never know.
Well,
We don't
that's-
know the.
I don't know. What do you know about vampires?
Me?
Not much.
Oh,
Not you. You're part of the group. You know just as much as we do.
I know that they've got teeth. They like to drink blood. That's about it. Honestly, most of that's underworld, isn't it? Big underworld fan.
I don't know what that is either.
You were probably a little young to watch that kind of movie when they were still out there.
I don't remember much of the movies I watched when I was young. I
Nah.
was too young, and quite too much trauma has happened since and blocked most of it, and has replaced most of those memories.
Fair enough.
hmm
Well, don't go there because I don't know anything about vampires. There was one. I don't know if that means there's more. It turned invisible. It can so they can turn invisible.
It tried
That's
to eat Isaac.
terrifying.
It did try to eat Isaac.
Kind
It
of looks at
did.
Isaac's wound on his neck and he's like, is he going to become a vampire now?
Hope not.
Is he going to try to eat all of you in your sleep?
I
I
guess
mean, if
we'll
he
find
turns
out.
into
You
if
wouldn't
he turns
do that.
if he turns into a vampire, yes, he will try to do that.
Isaac wouldn't do that.
You sure you don't want to stay here?
I'm even more certain it's time to go now. But I appreciate your hospitality. Most people are not this kind and generous with me, and I do appreciate it. And in
Not stealing our
return,
walkie-talkie.
well, it was yours, and you had the matching set, so I couldn't dispute it. But in generosity to your generosity, he takes the raccoon and he leaves it on the seat that he had taken. Do enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hauls his shop back onto his shoulders and waves goodbye and heads off down the road.
I pull out my scimitar and say, "Shall I carve it up?"
With that, you're not.
I pull out
We not
out
have
my
It'll be fine.
I pull out my knife that I have and I hand it to her and I go, with this.
What's smaller? It'll take longer with that.
And we'll recover
Did
more
you?
of
Were
it.
you part of this? Did you take? I don't. You weren't in wilderness, club with
no.
me, right?
No, she wasn't.
No, I wasn't there.
Okay, so you're not really aware of how to do that, are you?
Sure, you just cut off the bits you don't want.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
That's
How hard can it be?
maybe
Super hard.
I can show you how to do
Alright, we'll
it.
do it together. Group activity.
Oh boy. Quinn will do her best
No,
to try to show. She'll take the knife from Corin.
Okay.
to
Now,
do
why
it.
don't you go see if you can get those sunglasses?
Oh yeah,
I
From
think
the
you said that
pond.
now.
Or should we? Or why don't we wait till in the morning? That's fine.
It is starting to get dark.
Yeah, let's not do that right now. In the dark.
Alright.
we can just leave the raccoon till later. I mean, I could let it dry, I guess, in the night during the night. I don't know. We could do it.
Let's do it.
So Quinn will do her best to try to explain
Probably be
to
best
know
if
how
we,
to properly clean up this raccoon.
It would also probably be best if we didn't leave out meat.
Well,
outside.
the meat will go in one of our coolers, but
Good.
the skin I'll probably hang from like a tree.
We'll need to either hang it from a tree or bury it.
We'll see how well we skin it to see if we even have a skin by the end of it.
I'm gonna watch. I sit down and I continue to kind of eat whatever soup we have, and I'm gonna watch because I think this is going to be entertaining to watch.
Okay.
I will put away the cutlass and pull out my own knife.
I hand the bottle of bad whiskey to Isaac, and I say, "I found this inside. You want some?"
Oh gosh.
Isaac, you have seen this whiskey bottle.
Yep.
It's dark outside.
It could be a different one.
Yeah.
Considering what I watched Corin and Nell do for a good 10 minutes earlier in the day, I'm not going to accept any kind of alcohol from either of them for a while.
So, what are we doing?
I am trying to teach Nelly how to properly skin this raccoon.
And I will be
Normally,
successfully skinning it.
with your, particularly your skill level, Quinn, you wouldn't even have to roll for it. But because you're teaching, this is going to be a test for Nelly. Now, Nelly, we're setting this as a difficulty 3 speed test.
Alright.
That's
I assume.
already reduced from a 4 with Quinn's help.
With my help,
All right.
okay.
Does my proficiency with daggers help?
You know what? Why not?
It's a
Down to a
valuable
2.
I feel like proficiency with daggers would. If it was like proficiency with swords, then no.
I will then apply 1 level of effort.
Okay. Down
Oh,
to a
she's
1.
gonna try. She's gonna try.
Does this task involve patience, willpower, or discipline?
Yes.
Patience.
Yes, it does.
Sure.
Then it's 1 step harder for me.
Back up
Fantastic.
to 2.
Hell yes. I love it.
Oh, jeez.
Alright. And now we will roll.
All you need is a 6 or better. What are the odds? What are the odds?
It's a 16.
Yeah, no, you got it. Quinn is apparently quite a good teacher. Probably taught
Just-
some of the younger scouts. But you're able to dress that raccoon like that. I mean, it was very quick. Very quick.
Ha! Told you I could do it.
Yeah, I'm impressed. You did well.
At this point, the sun has set. Twilight has set in. The stars are coming out above on the cloudless sky, shining brightly, absent the light of the towns that you're familiar with. Even in the apocalypse, settlements carry with them a certain level of ambient light, and though from your front steps you could always look up and see the heavens brilliantly illuminated, it's even more clear out here in a spot that hasn't had light in it in, well, who knows how long. It's awe-inspiring. Anything else y'all are going to do before you try to go to sleep?
Nothing I can think of.
I would have just
I'm
been
gonna
messing
mess
around
with
with
Isaac
the
a little
phone.
bit. Just poke at him.
I'd probably be the first one to sleep.
A little tired? Yeah.
Still recovering from the vampire
That's fair.
attack.
The wound is still not quite healed, so...
I'll take first watch.
Oh yeah, I suppose we should do those.
I'll do second.
Okay. I mean, it looks like Isaac here is taking less since he's
Jake
already
is taking the last 2
he's
hours.
petering off already.
Yep.
Which is
fine.
probably good.
All right. And Corin, you said you're kind of just messing around with the phone a little bit.
Yep. More like kind of seeing what it does, but also like kind of, carefully taking it apart, looking at it, making sure, seeing what I can see in it.
Okay. There's a battery and a plastic cover. And without taking it apart further and possibly making it inoperable, you can't find much else, especially with the fading light at this point.
I'll do it in the daylight.
Okay. So
We should
everybody...
totally make a head-mounted light for you, Corin.
I should have brought mine. I had one at home.
Mm-mm.
Forgot it.
Hindsight.
Yeah.
So are you all sleeping in the vehicle again, or what's the scoop?
I feel like that's always the best idea. That's why I got an SUV.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put out the fire?
Yeah.
Okay. Put out the cook fire, pack everything up. Everybody crawls in. Nell, you're taking first watch. Are you watching from the inside of the vehicle or the outside?
Well, I'll stay outside so that my antics don't wake everyone else up.
Okay.
Antics?
Well,
Oh, just Nell being Nell,
Yep.
Nothing specific.
No
just,
being no.
accurate. All right. So, yeah, you are outside, the cool night air, listening to the crickets out in the fields. It's actually a lot more comforting to be hearing that than the last place you stayed. There were no bugs at all. It was deathly quiet, save for the storm rolling in. Roll me a D100.
Alrighty. 20 even.
Okay. Thank you. So, you're taking a couple hour watch. Anything you do during that time?
Practice with my sword, just normal. Practice monologuing. And then probably for the last hour, I'd probably fidget with that cursed ring I found. Sort of focusing on it.
So remind me where you got this cursed ring.
Oh, it was off of the vampire pile of ashes. It was the Samhain High
Class
ring.
This was a trap.
All right, I've made a note.
Goody, 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 goody.
All right, so, Nell, your 2 hours passes without any incident. Who are you going to wake up, and how?
Did anyone volunteer for second watch?
I did.
Oh, then in that
I guess
case,
Corin
I
did.
will wake up. I will wake up Corin
Okay.
by taking my empty lighter and clicking it in front of his face a little bit.
You've already used up the thing that was half full of fluid?
No, I have 2 different lighters. I have the new one, the unicorn one, the Zippo, that's new. And then I have my old lighter, which is empty, which is just a basic lighter.
So you just click a piece of flint that sparks?
Basically, yeah, it's
in my
sparks
face?
in front of your face, yeah. Not like in front of your eyes, but just, up next to your cheek.
Corin,
How does
Corin,
something
this wake
feels
me?
very warm on your face.
Corin.
Like how warm?
Not very.
And
Annoying.
Oh, just annoying? Okay, then I won't do anything.
The sound is more annoying than the sparks.
I just bat a hand.
You're up.
Corin,
Did you see anything?
No, it was quiet. But very nice out, actually. I'm gonna go see if I can't find those glasses now that you're up now, though.
We said we didn't want to do
In
this
the
at night.
dark?
Quinn
wait.
wakes up.
Wait till
The fuck?
wait till in the morning, you troubled person. You go to sleep.
Alright, fine. I'll nestle up in the trunk space area, then in the back.
Okay. So you curl up in the trunk. Corin, inside or out?
I'll get out and kind of walk around the SUV, but not leave that vicinity. Just gonna walk around the SUV with my rifle.
All right. Kind of patrol. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
I also am doing what I did last time, because I assume I'm allowed to do this since I made the thing for her, is I typically take the binoculars with me and turn them into, like, night vision and heat vision periodically.
Okay.
D100.
At no point during your watch do you see the heat signature of a goblin.
You got a 70 and a 0, so 700.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
Pretty sure it's 70.
That is correct.
700.
It works when you get a 10 and a 0, it's 100.
Yeah, because you got a 10 and a 0.
Yeah.
Anyways.
700.
So, it's a very nice night. You walk around, keeping a close watch on the perimeter, but the weather is perfect. It's not cold anymore, thank goodness. It was a relatively bad winter. A lot of snow, bitter cold. But nothing lunges out at you. Everything's very quiet.
Thank God.
Your 2 hours pass without incident.
Go wake up Quinn. I hand her her binoculars.
Okay.
Seems all quiet.
Oh, That's good.
Yep.
Good to
Aside-
hear.
Yep. Aside from the Black Panther I saw out there, it's fine.
Panther?
What?
Black Panther? Like an actual panther? Or
Like the superhero, just
yeah.
like a dude.
I don't know.
Like a dude
Just a dude
dressed
in a
like
cat suit.
dude dressed like
Yeah.
Hanging out in the
T'Challa.
shadows.
Yeah. No,
Are
I'm kidding.
panthers?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
There's
okay. I
nothing out
was
there.
just gonna say, do they have those around here?
I mean, literally all the zoos, like
Still.
literally all the zoos, animals escape. So literally all the animals are everywhere now for the past several years.
You
Come
think
on,
they made it?
we learned this in school about the new homes and
Or
biomes
you
that
think
were created
they all
because
didn't
of...
die?
Probably not.
They're zoo animals. I thought they were in zoos because they were like not good for nature things like that. This penguin got a broken wing, can't swim in the ocean.
From what I read,
So-
that's not how all zoos were.
Oh.
A lot of zoos just had animals.
Oh, okay.
Also, there was a lot of people around. I'm sure there was plenty of food for the predators.
You don't think they got eaten by humans?
I'm sure some of them did. We had the same classes, and I'm supposed to be the one that doesn't pay attention.
Well, I just like to think that there's not big scary things out there, I guess.
I mean, take that feeling with you.
Okay, well, you should go to sleep, I guess.
Sure. Good talk. Enjoy.
Yeah, good talk. Good talk.
All right.
I like to make my friends feel better.
Quinn, you exit the vehicle. Are you doing watch inside or outside?
I think she's actually gonna stay in the vehicle,
Fair
curled
enough.
up in her blanket. I had a question about how much light is there. Is it like the moonlight bright?
Hmm.
Could I read or see anything in the?
You would not be able to read. No. You can see.
What if I wore my
some.
night vision goggles?
I
Could I
don't
read?
think that's how night vision works.
I don't know how night
They're also
vision
night vision
works.
binoculars. They're not wearable goggles.
I can. Okay, all right.
Ties them,
Fine.
just like ties them to her head.
Just a makeshift strap. No,
No.
she'll probably stay in the car
Alright.
like she did the last time.
Roll me a D100 then.
Okie dokie. 100. 80.
Everybody's rolling high tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a little humid inside this vehicle with 3 other people in here and blankets and
I cracked the window.
yeah, still pretty humid.
Imagine what it would be if I didn't.
Yeah. But you're kind of getting used to it at this point. It's better than the previous night where you really couldn't have the windows cracked. You look out the glass every once in a while, passing the binoculars out there, and yeah, nothing. It's quiet, it's peaceful. At one point you actually find yourself kind of drifting off to sleep, but you manage to shake yourself awake and kind of do some breathing exercises like they taught you in the Wilderness Scouts to prevent yourself from falling asleep. Before you know it, 2 hours is up.
And she'll give Isaac a little shake to wake him up.
Okay.
Isaac. It's your turn.
Okay.
I didn't see anything, including a Black Panther. I didn't see one of those.
Probably not. Although you can never tell.
What do you mean you can't tell?
I mean, given what we've seen, anything is possible.
Oh, okay. I thought there was something specific about Black Panthers that I didn't know about, not being able to tell where they are.
No.
Okay.
Just, you never
Okay.
know what you're gonna run into out here.
Did you want to use these? I hold my binoculars out. They they got the infrared in the night vision on them.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Here you go.
Isaac starts to get himself awake, stretch a bit, and then just take a look. Just get into it.
Okay. So as Quinn goes back to sleep, Isaac, you stay in the vehicle or you get out?
Given how humid it is, I probably get out, but only stand by the door.
Okay. So it's beautiful out here. Stars twinkling overhead, light breeze, the scent of night blossoms in the air, sound of all the insects out in that field, hell, all around you. At one point you see an owl swoop overhead in the moonlight. Very peaceful. Roll me a D100.
Ooh, that's 5. It looks like 005.
Okay. You sure that's not a 500 then?
Either that or a 105.
That's what it is.
Roll me a D20.
All right.
Oh.
13.
And then a vampire shows up.
Okay. So
It's
the
a Black
first
Panther.
hour of your watch passes without any incident. It's quiet. It's peaceful. You're actually kind of enjoying the night air. And then from nowhere, just the silence is rended in twain as a ear-piercing scream of agony sounds from down by the pond.
Ooh.
I assume that wakes us all up.
It's actually loud enough that, yeah, it wakes all of you up.
The heck?
What on earth was that?
Just wake up and immediately the gun is cocked.
Are you okay?
Let's throw up
Is it one of
who's-
us?
Who screamed? What happened?
Are we all here?
Isaac,
Where's
are
Isaac?
you
Where's
alive?
Isaac?
I'm fine. It sounded like it came from down by the pond.
You hear it again.
Still
It
dark
How
is.
bright
outside?
is it?
It is very dark outside. It actually seems that some clouds have rolled in.
Does it sound like Bartleby?
No.
Okay. That would have been sad.
Does it sound like a radioactive dire?
Leech?
No, it does not.
What does it sound like?
It sounds inhuman almost, but at the same time human in some capacity, like somebody is in great pain.
Well, what do we do?
Do we have a flashlight
We do.
missing?
We do. We got night
And then
vision
my-
too.
The sun's
My-
got to be coming up
my-
soon.
Binocs.
It's about an hour, maybe 2 before sunrise.
We do got night vision and infrared vision binocs.
I would like to draw my cutlass and grab the flashlight and make my way carefully.
Don't turn the
Make my way
flashlight
over
on.
to the.
I grab her if she tries to do that.
You
And
try.
I hold up the binoculars.
I swap and grab. The
I don't
binoculars.
give them to you. I hold them
wait.
up to let you know to not use your flashlight.
I won't point it at you.
We don't want something down there to see us if we can help it.
You hear the scream again.
If we're going, let's make our way quietly and we'll get a look. And I
Hmm.
hand the binoculars back to Quinn.
Yeah.
Are we going or are we?
I say we're going.
I
I start
mean,
going.
it's kind of close to us, so I feel like
We probably need to check it out.
probably should.
Let's go quietly and see what we can see. You got quite some range on those binoculars, so you should be able to see something with night vision or infrared.
So, is everybody going?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So you carefully make your way across the yard to the edge of the tall grass. You hear the scream one more time as you're making your way through the tall grass, careful to avoid any branches that are tangled up in there, rocks. You get down to the pond, and Corin, you've got the binoculars?
No, I gave them to Quinn, and we were going to use them
Quinn?
before we as soon as we could to see if we could see anything.
Quinn, you pass the binoculars across there. You don't see anything. Night vision, infrared, nothing.
Where's the scream coming from?
Nothing's coming up on my binoculars.
There's no scream anymore. It's quiet.
Back to the SUV.
The second you turn to go back to the SUV, you hear the scream again. But now it's about 50 feet out into the fields from the pond.
Like closer to us?
Further away.
Weird.
Can I see the binoculars real quick?
Yeah.
Can I look at from the direction the scream's coming from? Can I look at the grass, see if I can see any grass moving, like something's moving through the grass or dragging somebody through the grass?
Sure, give me a mental test, difficulty 2.
That's a natural 20.
Well, I'm glad you used it on this roll. Yeah.
I don't do that on combat.
You do not see any grass moving aside from the wind moving it.
And no night vision or infrared is showing me anything in the direction of the scream.
Nothing.
Is the scream between us and the pond at this point?
No, it's on the other side of the
It's
pond.
on the other side of the pond, but we don't see anything.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. Whatever's screaming is not giving off any heat like an actual body. And I can't see it, and there's nothing moving in the grass. So
It's a ghost.
let's get back to the SUV.
Well, while we're here, I could.
Unless one of you wants to go see
sunglasses.
what the thing is. How far are we from the pond?
You're at the pond right now.
Oh,
I could
well,
just grab the sunglasses.
Well, we don't know where he threw it in the pond.
yeah, we don't.
Threw it in the pond.
How big is the pond?
But also,
But we don't know where he threw it in the pond.
Alright.
can't Quinn breathe underwater?
You mean Nelly?
Nelly.
I can't.
Yes, Nelly.
Quinn can't, I can.
Quinn
How big is
Yeah.
Nelly.
Like, how
Please
big is
don't.
the
Yeah.
pond?
Have me swim.
It's a good-sized pond. It's not very deep, but it is pretty broad.
If you want me to wait, I'll wait. I just think.
I mean, we can probably wait till sunrise at least.
You
so
hear
it
the
gets
scream
natural
again.
sunlight.
Where is it now?
Still 50, maybe 100 feet past the pond. Same spot.
Nothing in the binoculars still?
Nothing on the binoculars.
This is something that's luring us. It's luring
Screaming at
us.
us. I don't.
So we're
think
gonna
we
go
should.
back to the SUV.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to engage.
Nope. No, not at all. No.
Fair.
Alright. Well, let's go. I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. So
Back
you
to the SUV.
head back up the hill,
Mhm.
Yep.
head through the tall grass. Nell, are you actually going?
Yes, I know.
Mhm.
You get back up to the grass. You can still hear the scream faintly off in the distance, but it doesn't sound like it's coming closer again.
Are the screams, do they have like even intervals of time between them?
No.
Or just erratic?
Erratic. It continues going every once in a while for the next hour or so. You're awakened by the sound of that scream. But it quiets as the sun begins to rise. You get what little bit of sleep you can before it's time to go. Eventually you all start to stir and prepare yourselves for another day on the road.
Cool.
All right. I believe we
Well-
are good enough to continue on now.
Well, while Quinn's preparing breakfast, I will go retrieve those sunglasses that hopefully aren't lost and or destroyed.
Okay. Isaac's determined is now only a -3.
Is it possible that your detector thing could detect it above the water, and then she could find, or does it have to be close?
The detector doesn't really work unless it's within range, and I don't know
What's
that
the
the
range?
water.
Can I borrow your eyeball thingy?
Yeah, well, is that waterproof?
I'm sure it's
No.
waterproof. It's just a
It's purely
it's just-
magical, right?
yeah. I mean, you would see it as a green aura coming off of the sunglasses. The problem is, but do we have any like?
How murky was the water?
It was murky towards the bottom, right, Ryan? Otherwise, it was pretty still.
Yeah,
You
there's
won't be
about a
able to-
3-inch level of loose muck at the bottom of the pond.
Do
You
we
won't be
have
able to-
any
You won't be able to see it with
twine
the thing.
or something we can use to tie around it?
She won't be able to see if it's that much. If there's that much muck.
I mean, we
Mhm.
haven't seen if the closer look can detect magic through a covering or not.
Field test.
Exactly. Do we have any
Sure.
like twine or string?
I just have rope.
I mean, I
Oh,
probably have like some thread from my sewing
I
kit,
was about to say.
Yeah.
but
I
that's
actually
not
pull
very
out-
strong.
We just need
I pull
enough
off
so
my-
that Nellie can wear it around her neck, and that way she doesn't have to worry about it falling out of her hand.
Mhm.
I pull off my dog tags. Will these work? They've got my mom's dog tags.
Will it
hanging off
connect
of them.
it?
I mean, you undo the dog tags and you slip the chain through the thing. So yeah.
Yes. Can we try this?
It works.
Alrighty.
There you go.
I hold on to the tags, until Nellie gets back.
All right.
All right.
Is anybody going down to the pond with Nellie?
I'll go.
Corin heads down with Nellie to find the glasses in the pond while Quinn and Isaac get breakfast ready.
Mhm.
All right. Nell, it's cold water now.
When I come in, the water's great.
Not even a little bit.
Right.
So, as
You're a water elf. I'm a dragon. I'm gonna stay up here.
how is Nellie gonna search for these?
Well, I'm going to. Well, just go underwater. Use the closer look up like that as I just sort of carefully, as much as Nell can, carefully scoot along the bottom.
Just sweep the pond.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Corin, you watch her go underneath. Keeping an eye out, watching for
Yep.
anybody.
Yep.
It's quiet. Some birds and stuff, but most of the insects aren't chirping anymore. She's down there for 5, 10, 15 minutes. No, you're not finding anything. Aside from some snapping turtles and a whole bunch of leeches.
Can I? How far on the other side of the pond was the screaming?
The pond is only about 40 feet across, but it is also about 80 feet wide. So it was almost directly across, you think, from where you're currently
Oh.
standing.
Can I walk over there?
Sure.
Let's move around the grass, look around, see if there's anything over here.
Give me a mental test, difficulty 5.
3.
There's nothing. No trace of anything.
Not even grass.
It's grass, but nothing that looks like it was bent at any point of somebody being over here. No sign of a struggle. Nothing.
It's clean, guys. It's clean.
No, you're not finding them.
I'd probably get bored after about half an hour and give up.
After about a half an hour, Nell breaches the surface of the water. Nell, you left your clothes on again, right?
Yeah, of course.
So all of Nell's exposed skin has patches of black, what at first you think might be seaweed or something, swamp nettles or something attached to her, but then you see them kind of wriggling.
Mhm.
It leeches on you again.
Well, yeah.
Oh, come
Would
on.
you like one? I
Nope.
pluck one off and toss it at Corin.
It just kind of stepped to the side.
It doesn't make it that far.
Couldn't find him?
Oh no. He either stuffed him in his pocket or that screaming thing
He's-
took it or...
He's
I don't
smart. He
know.
probably kept him.
You know, I was gonna pay him for those too, and now I have no idea what to do, what they are. And you said I was radioactive, and now I'm sad. It's all your fault, Corin.
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna head back to the fire, start drying off and burning leeches off myself.
You can just pull them off or use salt.
Yes, but burning them's funner.
It's also more dead. Do what you want. You know what?
So yeah, you head back up to the fire, you warm up, burn some leeches, eat your breakfast. And finally, after a full day of rest and recuperation, and everybody's actually feeling a little better, Nelly, your ribs aren't hurting as badly. They still sore, but it's not going to be a detriment. Isaac, you're feeling a lot more energetic than you did yesterday, but you're not quite to full yet. You could rest another day, but you also could go. And
Yeah,
Quinn
I'd
and Corin,
probably just go and then take it easy.
yeah.
Oh, when we got up there, I just kind of went. I was just like, we found him, but Nell broke him, so we threw him. So we had to throw him away.
A beat of silence passes between the party.
I jab him with the butt of my cutlass, right in the ribs.
Ow.
Not sure if that's true or not, but the raccoon made a really good breakfast.
Just for clarity, Ryan, I no longer have the impairment from the bruising.
Correct.
Alright.
Quinn, your uneasiness from the vision has also passed. I'll get to that in a second, though. What was that?
I was gonna say that as Nell returns, Isaac hands her back the tag so that she can swap out the closer look for her mom's dog tags.
Do that.
Okay. Quinn, you had the dream again last night, but it dawned on you what you were seeing. It was Charlie Brown, the comic strip character that you've heard your mom talk about. She has a couple of yellowed old news clippings on what she calls the fridge. But yeah, it's weird that you're seeing Charlie Brown in your dreams.
Okay.
Wait, like,
She'll probably put it in her book.
wait, like, little, like, actual Charlie Brown, like statues? What?
Full-sized, humanish-oid, disproportionate.
As
Use.
humanoid as a bald 8-year-old child with a fat head could be.
This is out of character, you son of a bitch.
I don't know
Out
what you're
of character.
talking
I know where you're talking about.
Oh no! Yeah, I think I know the sound
I
you're
have
trying to
no
describe
idea.
now.
You don't know anything about it. I haven't told you about it yet.
That's why I said out of.
No, this is out of character.
I know. I'm just so. This is out of character too.
Swin, how did you sleep? Do you have any dreams? You want to talk about them?
I slept this last night.
I don't feel
was
like that'd be
better.
out of character.
Yeah,
She does
yeah.
have dreams that
This-
send us on missions.
Yeah, it was better than the night before.
Yeah.
hmm
No nightmares, no mission stuff that could help us out.
I'm not sure yet. I mean, I see the cities pretty much nightly now, but nothing's like specific to what we're looking for, because we're looking for a computer, right?
I thought we were looking for bread.
In the Mall of America.
Well, yes.
It's smart. See,
To
there you
others,
go.
it's bread.
No one's here though. It's fine. Like we can
Yeah.
talk about it though. But like that's good in case somebody was listening.
The
That's
bread.
good.
We're looking for bread,
We're looking for bread.
but I haven't seen any bread in my dreams, specifically.
Guys, it's just us. We can. We don't have to say bread.
What if there's
Okay.
an invisible goblin in like swoosh?
Oh, he has an invisibility.
You would have just killed him. Like you would have
Ring.
just killed him for no reason.
If he's eavesdropping.
So that's grounds for death.
Well, what other reasons do people eavesdrop other than nefarious reasons?
We have all four eavesdropped on people
Not
before.
not an invisible.
Because we
He's
couldn't.
gonna,
Wait,
he might
wait,
have
can-
stolen our bread.
Wait, can any of us turn invisible?
You two would be the ones who could.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Isaac writes down. Turn invisible? Question mark.
I would like to focus really hard and try to turn invisible.
Cool. Give me a mental test. It's
D100.
going to be D10.
Yeah, this is gonna be a mental test of 100. So roll. You're gonna have to roll a 300 on a d20.
She rolls a 1.
We rolled a 16.
You think about it real hard, and for a second, you're pretty sure you're invisible. But it passes as you
hey,
realize you're not.
Where'd Nell go? Where'd she go?
It's right there.
Guys, do you see Nell?
No, it's like that movie. It's like the movie Mystery Man, where Nell can only turn invisible when she's naked, and
When no
everybody
one's-
turns around.
When no one's looking, yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. Although apparently that doesn't count when it's a bunch of henchmen looking. I don't know. I haven't watched Mystery Men in a while. That's just the one plot hole I remember. 'cause,
Worth
like,
it's worth a rewatch.
yeah.
Well, glad that we've cleared that one up.
Anywho,
About how we feel about people that are invisible.
Yeah. If there are any invisible people here, raise your hands.
If you don't tell us you're here, that's entrapment.
So.
Okay.
I
Dear
think
God,
we-
you have to
I
tell
think
us.
we've. I'm feeling good enough. I think we might want to start heading. Moving along.
We got about another. What is it? We got another day of travel.
You have another day of travel to get to the Twin Cities, yes.
Onwards.
You pack up the vehicle, do your final checks, make sure everybody's there, everybody's used the bathroom, and you say goodbye to the Roadhouse as you head back onto the road, swinging back towards the Twin Cities. And that seems like a rather appropriate place to end our episode this evening.
I would say so.
All right. Really good job, everybody. That was fun. So,
Die.
you did not
Nar-
die. That is correct.
Yes.
Narrowly avoided disaster.
Well, everybody gets an XP tonight for doing a little bit of exploration, some interaction. and trying to find magical stuff. So,
Yay.
all good stuff. Has anybody accomplished a goal tonight?
No,
Not
I
tonight.
don't think so.
Okay. In that case, we are on to everybody's favorite, MVPC, who was the most clutch player character this evening.
Goblin.
Bartleby will
Yeah.
accept the XP
There you go.
if you will level up and become the big bad evil guy alongside
Oh no!
Philip.
But he-
Twist.
Alongside
Bartle
Philip,
Boss.
Yes.
Philip, Quinn, and
Bartleby.
Bartleby. It's gonna be a bit.
Three-
It's gonna be
three
a
on
long.
three. It's
Yeah.
3 on 3.
I think we're gonna be great.
So, realistically,
Ah,
take a second, think about it, and Aaron.
My mind goes to Quarren for what he brought to in terms of like meeting and then work and then talking with and befriending Bartleby and bringing Bartleby back to the camp with us, and that whole interaction was led on by Quarren. So it'd be either him or I think Nell did a solid job tonight overall, especially towards the end. The idea of using the closer look to dig through the pond.
Any other nominations?
I would probably agree about Corin and not just making that a murder hobo situation with the goblin. Yeah. Actually got some information off that guy, so that was good.
Yeah, we got some good stuff. Off
Some
info
regional
and
politics.
items.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some
And
information about outside of Newcastle.
And information about Newcastle, kind of.
Okay. And anybody else? Nominations, thoughts? Going once.
I don't have anything.
Okay. We're going to go with Corin for the award tonight. Since that
I'll
seems to be
nominate myself as well.
Well,
and
now I'm
And
going
have
with somebody
anxiety
else.
about it until have anxiety about it for a whole week and regret it and feel bad about it. So,
Don't worry, it's only on YouTube forever.
yay!
Hey.
All right. And I think that actually puts you all to 4 or above as far as XP goes. So if you're going to level up, let me know. But I think that is going to be where we wrap things up this evening. Does anybody have any announcements they'd like to make?
I'm trying to get back into streaming again. Storytime rowing here on Twitch, and I'm still playing around. I'm still trying to find the right setups for things. So I'm hoping to try and stream this weekend, but I'll definitely be streaming on Monday where I review movies, and I've watched like over half a dozen just over the course of the week. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff to review this coming Monday. And then Dungeons and Dragon Types is a tabletop Pokemon podcast that I'm doing with some new crew. And we've just started season 2. Next episode is going to come out on Wednesday. So look for that on your podcast provider.
Dungeons and Dragon Types. Sounds fun.
It is. It's a blast.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I published a new thing on DM's Guild. It's called Ancestry of the Dragons. It's a bunch of breath weapon variants for metallic and chromatic dragonborns. So every type of dragonborn, base dragonborn. So every type of the 5 metallic and 5 chromatics get a new breath weapon. If you visit that, you can also click on my author name, and it'll take you to see all the other stuff I do. I have quite a few things on there, and I'm trying to get more because I'm trying to get noticed.
Keep
build
plugging
up some
away.
build up some kind of thing.
All right.
So if you like Dragonborn, but you wanted different breath weapons that are super cool, go.
I
look at
might
that one.
actually show that off to my Dragonborn player, see what they think.
Nice.
They're pretty cool, and they're very different than just the damaging elemental ones that are normal.
Yes, and of course, also remember to review it after you've checked it out.
Please rate and review.
All right. Other announcements? Okay. So, one quick announcement from me. There will not be a Dungeon Sphere episode this coming Wednesday, but will there be? No, I don't think there will be. Maybe there will be. I should probably look into that. Join our Discord to find out. Otherwise, we'll be back next Friday for our post-apocalyptic road tour part 3 as the group finally arrives in the Twin Cities, hopefully. And, we'll see what else happens. What are the odds of them
Yay.
getting waylaid by something else horrible? It's
Practically guaranteed.
pretty good, actually.
Like a 50-50 chance.
Pretty good. So,
Right.
that's on me. Also, we are going to do a raid tonight, so that's fun. I'm going to set that up over in the chat here. We're going to go raid my friend Twin Minds, who's currently playing the brand new, or upcoming game, rather, that's in beta right now, called Icarus, where you are science fiction miners on another planet, and you're trying to get minerals out of the ground before you get killed by the planet. So, that's fun.
Nice.
But we will see you next week, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.
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 And I think we're out.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did want to